step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning. It is officially Tuesday. In fact, Raul, it's pretty much a Monday for me because I'm back, baby.
Welcome back. I missed you. And I'm even more excited because, yes, if you don't know who this is, let me tell you, today we are creating awareness for the hearing impaired, and we invited our old friend to join us this morning. Lesego Science, Lesego Motutle. How are you doing, lady?
I am always fantabulous. Remember the sound I taught you guys? Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Yes,
We
yes,
are
yes.
I
amazing.
love to see it. Well, today is all about shining lights on something in particular. Lesego is here. She's a disability advocacy specialist and a professional South African sign language interpreter. As we were in the makeup room, she said, Carissa, you better know that I signed for the president, okay? I said, okay, I see you. We know that she's passionate about creating equal access for persons with disabilities, and will be joining as a guest presenter today.
This is incredible. I love this opportunity. I want to ask you straight off the bat, what would be your main goal for today? Seeing that we have all this TV time in front of Mzansi, would you like to create awareness for anything important? Yeah,
I'm not leaving here until all of you in the studio can sign.
Okay.
That's the
I like
one
that.
thing.
I like that. I'm on
And
board.
then I am also challenging that everyone needs to go out and find a deaf friend in your community.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, the goals have been set. Mzansi, the challenge is out there, and you can join us as well because we're going to be learning, getting educated, and creating awareness for an incredible reason. So I think we should start off by doing exactly that and getting educated. How do we say good morning to Mzansi?
We'll say good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
All right.
And always, right? Also, you know how the sun rises?
Yes.
You can also say good and then morning. You see the sunrise?
I like
This is an
that.
espresso one, yeah. We
Good
kind of like
morning.
before the sunrise, even like. Okay,
Good
this is
morning.
incredible. I am absolutely here for this. I hope you are too, Mzansi. And someone I think who is also here, but also kind of here in a weird way, but they're on the other side of the country, always ready to serve you and looking stunning. Zanele, what's happening? And
Good morning,
hello.
girl. Oh, my beautiful humans, get out of here. And hello, Lesego. I'm so excited to have you back. Oh, my goodness. I can already tell that this is going to be a super beautiful episode of a beautiful Expresso. However, right about now, I'm actually somebody who needs a little bit of help from Mzansi, because the thing is, we are in Heritage Month at the end of the day, and us coming together as a country, despite all our differences and being in one, we are always encouraged to do that, right? Which is why today, Woolies has said, listen, we need to find a nice heritage look. And I can tell you this much, all of your heritage needs in terms of looking like the part come the 24th of September, right here with me and also in store at Woolies. So let's have a look at these different looks that you need to go and vote for on social media, #styled by Woolies. And I'm so excited for it. Here we go. Okay, so first and foremost, we have look number one, which of course is a tunic style maxi dress. And it has a different color to it, which it is very nice, I do say so. However, it comes with a block heel, and together it goes together very nicely. But option two, which I think I might be leaning towards, is of course an A-line skirt together with a nice top, a nice belt to bring it all together. And we've got a lovely heel over there that brings everything, I think, just together in terms of the black and white that we're going for. And I definitely think that here we've got some very nice options, Mzansi. It is not a difficult thing to go over to social media and use #styled by Woolies. Because listen, it is all in the name of please helping me out. I need to find out which one. Is it option one, our tunic styled maxi dress, or is it option two, our A-line skirt with a top and a belt? Let us know, #styled by Woolies. It is exactly where you can find all of your needs when it comes to Heritage Day, particularly when it comes to fashion, of course, and it is in store and online all over the country. Right about now, though, it is time to get into those news headlines. But first and foremost, check this out.
Before we get to the news, though, I cannot wait to see what you decide, Mzansi, because either way, Zanele is going to look good. But for now, though, we want to chat to you before we dive into the news and, of course, bring you in on the conversation. And this morning, it is a no-brainer, pretty much. You know what we're talking about, sign language and how much we can do and to accommodate the hearing impaired and how much I think South Africa needs to do. And that's the question that we're asking you. So what and how much should South Africa do to accommodate the hearing impaired and how? If you've got any crazy ideas or any great solutions, let us know because we'd love to hear it. The number is 063-408-8863. Of course, this conversation will be carrying on all throughout the morning. So let's get straight to it. I think official duties are standing by right now. It's not just Carissa, but Naseko Science is here too. So officially, let the show commence.
Thank you so much, Raul. 5 minutes after 6 o'clock. Let's get into your first bit of national headlines. And we start off here. The National Student Financial Aid Scheme, or NSFAS, has postponed the opening of the 2025 academic year applications to Friday, moving it from the originally scheduled date of today. Now, the delay follows concerns raised by student organizations and institutional governance structures at universities and TVET colleges. Higher Education Minister Dr. Nobuhle Nkabane explained that the postponement allowed NSFAS to conduct a dry run of the online application system with stakeholders. Feedback from this trial led to key system changes aimed at simplifying and improving accessibility for all applicants. Tributes are pouring in for veteran actor Sello Matlong, who passed away on Sunday, just days after the death of his colleague Darlington Michaels. Now, the 53-year-old Matlong was renowned for his roles in local TV shows like Rhythm City, The Wife, The Ring of Lies, as well as his work in theatre, including Master Harold and the Boys. His powerful performances earned him a nomination for the Mnet All Africa Film Award. Now, Actor Spaces said his presence will be deeply missed, but his legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. Taking a look further afield at your international news, Nigerian authorities report that some 300 inmates are missing after escaping from a prison in Maiduguri following severe flooding caused by a dam collapse due to heavy rainfall. Now, only 7 have been recaptured so far. Several 100,000 people have been displaced, with at least 30 fatalities. Borno State Governor Babangana Zulum described the destruction as beyond human imagination and confirmed that some escaped inmates were linked to Boko Haram. However, it remains unclear how many fugitives are involved in jihadist violence. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump enter a new phase of the U.S. presidential campaign after a second apparent assassination attempt on Trump. A gunman was arrested at Trump's Florida golf course the same day bomb threats targeted Springfield, Ohio. Now, the FBI is investigating the attempted assassination, but no clear motive has been identified. President Biden, Kamala Harris, and world leaders, including Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky and UK's Keir Starmer, condemned the attack. Now, the Kremlin noted it reflects the intensifying U.S. election campaign. And for your 6 o'clock news, we close off with a story where Turkish beekeeper Ibrahim Sedef had a sweet dilemma. Bears were constantly raiding his beehives, stealing honey and leaving a mess behind. Now, instead of seeing them as a nuisance, Ibrahim saw an opportunity. Embracing the bears' love for honey, he decided to turn them into his taste testers. Setting up a playful experiment, he offered them various types of honey. To his surprise, the bears revealed their sophisticated taste, constantly choosing luxurious and rare Anza honey, known for its high price. Now, this creative solution not only saved his hives, but also proved that sometimes working with nature really does bring the sweetest rewards. That's where we close off your 6 o'clock news. Let's find out the latest in your world of sports with Ryle.
Thank you so much. And let's dive into the world of sport right now. And starting off with cricket news now. Tasman Brits' well-crafted half-century led the Proteas women to a 10-run victory over Pakistan women in their T20 international clash at the Multan Cricket Stadium. Now, Brits top scored with an unbeaten 56 of 63 balls, guiding the visitors to 132 runs for 4 wickets. Now, Pakistan fell short, finishing on 122 runs for 5 wickets. Now, Brits was named player of the match for a crucial knock as our ladies took a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. Now, the second T20 is set for 4 p.m. tomorrow. While moving to football action, the women's Ballon d'Or winner Aitana Bonmati has signed a new contract with Barcelona, extending her stay until 2028. Now, the 26-year-old Spanish playmaker played a pivotal role in Barcelona's sensational quadruple last season, scoring in the Champions League final. Now, Bonmati has netted 96 goals in 275 appearances for the club and shares the record for the most Champions League goals, that being 22, with teammate Alexia Putellas. Now, a World Cup winner with Spain in 2023, Bonmati joined Barcelona's youth academy in 2011. Well, moving now to tennis news, and Yannick Sinner has added Marco Panici, Novak Djokovic's former fitness coach, to his team following the world number one's clearance after testing positive twice for a banned substance. Now, Sinner announced the news on social media alongside newly recruited physiotherapist Ulysses Badio. Now, Panici replaces Umberto Ferreira, who Sinner parted ways with before his US Open victory. Well, moving to some Olympic news and hot off the action that just took place, World Athletics President Sebastian Coe, Olympic newcomer and businessman Johan Elias, as well as Zimbabwe's Sports Minister Kirsty Coventry are among 7 candidates for the International Olympic Committee presidency election next year. Now, they join IOC Vice President Juan Antonio Samaranch, cycling chief David Lapertinte, Prince Faisal Al Hussein of Jordan, and Gymnastics Federation head Morinari Watanabe. Now, current President Thomas Bach will step down in 2025 after 12 years in office, with the election to be held in March 2025 in ancient Olympia, Greece. Well, that's all the sporting news I have for you right now. We dive into the world of weather. And yes, Carissa, with the latest. Oh, and La Cejo.
Let's check in with what's happening in your world of weather. Well, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms affecting KwaZulu-Natal, northern Eastern Cape, Southern Gauteng, Free State, Southern Northwest and Eastern Northern Cape. Now, expect heavy downpours, strong winds and large hail leading to localized flooding. High fire danger is anticipated in the northeastern Northern Cape, Western Bushveld and Limpopo Valley. Meanwhile, Eric Stock, chairman of the Northwest Umbrella Fire Protection Organization, has called for a disaster declaration due to multiple fires in the region. He warns of worsening conditions, citing inadequate firefighting resources and equipment as major risks to the community. Now, before we close up your weather, I've got to remind you on this beautiful Tuesday morning to share your morning views with us on 063-408-8863. We always look forward to waking up alongside with you, and we want to see exactly what your eyes see on this morning. But now let's see what your temperatures are doing across the rest of the country.
good out there.
It's looking so
Yeah, not
good.
bad.
Spring, I think, is getting here slowly but surely, Ryle.
Are you sprunging along?
I'm trying to sprung with it, okay?
Well, listen, we're going to keep you sprung, keep you entertained and locked in your Feel Good Breakfast Show right now, because we are highlighting awareness when it comes to the deaf community for those that are either deaf or hard of hearing, and such great conversation coming through. We've got some specialists here, Dr. Winile as well as Talia. They're going to be sharing more, and hopefully in this conversation we can educate you and create more awareness across South Africa.
Absolutely. And another reminder, if you want to say good morning is what you need to be doing, okay? As the Feel Good Breakfast Show, we definitely are going to be here for the inclusivity, so stick around for more.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, Mzazi. It is Deaf Awareness Month, so of course we are talking about something very important. We're talking about hearing loss, and we need to find out what it is that we can do to ensure that the millions of people all over the world with hearing loss, how they can look after their hearings and what support there is out there for them.
Absolutely, indeed. Now, it's obviously important, right? This is something that affects millions worldwide. And this morning, we're going to be fortunate enough to have two distinguished experts with us to help unravel the complexities of this condition, I think. And just another shout out to Lasejo over here, absolutely owning it here on the throne with me. I'm so grateful to have you for these conversations. But let's talk about our other two special guests. We've got Dr. Winile Makaye. She's an experienced ENT specialist, as well as Talia Lifson, a skilled audiologist. Now, they're here to discuss the different types of hearing loss, the potential treatments, and how untreated hearing issues can impact not only communication, but I think overall health. And this is something important. Good morning. How are we doing?
Good morning.
Good morning,
Thanks.
guys.
Good
Thanks
to
for
have
having
you.
us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is exciting. I'm definitely keen to get educated, yeah.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Now, we really want to know, what are the different types of hearing loss?
So it really depends on where in the audiological pathway the breakdown is happening. There's quite a The audiological pathway is a lot more involved than a lot of people realize. There's the detection part, which is the actual ear that you see, and the cochlea, the snail shell looking thing that you often see pictures of. And then there's the brain that has to interpret the signals as well. So depending on where the breakdown is happening, you get different forms of hearing loss, ranging from a conductive hearing loss, which is basically when you have a breakdown of the structural components in the middle ear, preventing the sound from reaching the cochlea to its full capacity. Then you get a sensory neural hearing loss, which is where the actual hearing organ, the cochlea, is no longer interpreting or detecting sounds correctly. And then you get a bit of a mixture where you have problems in a few different areas, causing a few problems along the pathway. And then you get a type of hearing condition that's quite unknown actually at the moment, is an auditory processing disorder, where the ear itself is actually functioning 100% normally, but for some reason the brain is unable to interpret the signal correctly. So yeah, that's quite a big one as well that often gets overseen.
And this sounds so overwhelming, because I can't help but put myself in the situation and feel like, wow, what an important sense that's just taken away. That's a part of such a big experience here. But again, it's so incredible that there are these solutions. I want to know, when it comes to solutions though, Doc, okay, is there a cure? Is there a solution to something like this in terms of these issues we're talking about?
Well, Ryan, it really depends, as Tyler has said, on the type of hearing loss, the degree of hearing loss, and the cause, and whether it's on an adult or a child. For instance, I like to use this little illustration with my patients as well.
Oh, yes, please. Educate.
So this is basically a cross-sectional picture of the ear. So we tend to divide it into 3 parts for function and also anatomically. So this is the external ear. This is, I'll just mention the parts that are important. That's the pinna, that's the external auditory canal, and then, so that's the external part. Then the middle ear is where you have your eardrum, your little bones that transmit sound, which we call ossicles. And then this is the inner ear, which houses both the cochlea, which is for hearing, and the semicircular canals, which are for balance. And then you get the 8th nerve, which is the vesiculocochlear nerve, for both balance and hearing. So in terms of, yes, some conditions can be cured. For instance, if you've got some wax infection, or in children, you've got foreign bodies, you can have a mild degree of hearing loss, which is curable once you correct that. Also, children tend to get a lot of otitis media with diffusion, which basically has to do with just physiologically their ears has not developed fully yet. And this little tube here, actually, interestingly, we call it the eustachian tube. It connects the back of the nose to the middle ear, and it helps the middle ear to ventilate.
That's crazy.
And in children, because it's still developing, they therefore get a lot of fluid, and then they get a bit of mild to moderate intermittent hearing loss, which is generally resolved on its own, but sometimes we need to intervene if it tends to infection, and then we need to put grommets for those children. Now, in terms of the inner ear, that's where you get actually sensorineural hearing loss, which is generally the part of hearing that is not curable, number one. And really, just as a way of an example, a low-hanging fruit when it comes to sensorineural hearing loss that is permanent but preventable is something that we all do. You know, we are all always connected on our earphones, blasting music. And actually, the World Health Organization has cited that in about 20 years' time, more than 1 billion of the young adults will suffer from noise-induced hearing loss because of these dangerous listening levels that we expose ourselves to. Yeah.
Dr. Makai, you know, this is very interesting, and you've both mentioned cochlear implants as well as children. I know that people who use the social model, such as myself, we generally tend to believe that people who are experiencing hearing loss should rather learn sign language, whereas the medical model would say, no, you can get your cochlea, you can get your hearing aid and so forth. In terms of kids, is it perhaps dangerous? Because I know that a lot of the social model people believe that it's too dangerous for the babies to get the cochlear implants.
It is.
So is it a myth that you can bust for us quickly?
Well, Lesego, thank you for that. But just quickly, language development is very important.
Yes.
And when you speak about language, it's not only spoken language. So it could be signing, it could be spoken language, or it could even be lip reading. So children, it's very important for them to get a level of language development, because generally these are kids that have a type of hearing loss that we call sensorineural as well. And most of it usually develops, we call it prelingual, which means because it develops sometimes in utero before they are born. So if they are detected early, then we can intervene early, and things like cochlear implant are great in that regard.
And just like that, a myth was busted.
Yeah,
Thank you
I'm
so
here for
much.
this, and it doesn't stop
Yeah.
there, Mzansi. Pardon me. We are going to carry on this conversation. I'm getting absolutely educated here, getting schooled right now, and I'm here for it. I hope you are too, because we're going to dive into part 2 of this discussion in just a bit. If you've got any questions or anything you'd like to get educated on, then don't worry. We've got the experts here to help you out as well, so you can come through on our WhatsApp line, 063-408-8863, or otherwise, carry on sticking around, because the magic will continue.
And yes, education is the order of the day and also celebration. It is Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for Pharmacy of the Week. And this is just our salute to the remarkable individuals leading the charge in healthcare. That's a tribute to these fearless champions, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Let's look at this week's Pharmacy of the Week. We're heading straight into Ring Farm Raisin Pharmacy out in Pretoria. Let's see what they have to offer.
In proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
Working in a community pharmacy like this means that we can focus a lot better on giving a more personal service and giving what we think is most important, which is to help the patient to the best of our capability. We do care a lot about our community. We know most of the patients by now. As soon as they step into the pharmacy, we already know their profile, what they're allergic to, what we can give them and what not. And I think that makes it a bit more special and unique to work in a pharmacy like this. Self-care is all about maintaining your well-being, and it involves taking proactive steps to manage one's health and wellness. That's where we can step in and assist the patient on which steps to take and guide them in the right direction on maintaining or even to start managing their health. Wat nooit sal wees vir 'n pasiënt om die experience wat hulle hier kan wegkry is om te kan sien, omdat ons 'n community pharmacy is en ons is klaar 'n familie hier in die apteek en hulle voel hulle is deel van die familie.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
Carenza Parisi, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
How lovely. What a beautiful insight into all things to do with your favorite pharmacies. And thank you for your unwavering commitment and also tireless efforts to keep our communities healthy and thriving. Now, as we celebrate Pharmacy Month, let's take a moment to recognize and also appreciate the incredible work that our pharmacists do every single day. Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, are giving away R1,000 cash to another lucky winner this week. So all you have to do is head over to our competition post. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, as well as on Twitter. All of our pages and the information is right there. And tell us this one thing. Who is your favorite pharmacist and why? And don't forget to include that hashtag, sponsors of Brave. Now, today's competition does close at midday this Friday, the 20th of September. And T's and C's, of course, can be found on expressoshow.com.
And we're going to continue to shine that spotlight bright on the community when it comes to those that are deaf and those that are hard of hearing. And that's why this Stan is here, because she's the one educating us on everything when it comes to this community. I really appreciate the fact that you're here and appreciate the fact that we can be a part of great conversation right now. One being early detection when it comes to childhood. I know this is possibly very important. This is a conversation we're going to carry on. That's part 2. We've got the doctor and some specialists here to talk about that. But it doesn't stop there, though.
I am super excited because a very dear friend of mine is in studio today. We've got a deaf leader, Jabbar Mohammed. He'll be joining us today and we will be chatting to him about deaf culture, deafness, sign language. And do you want to see what his name is in sign language?
Oh,
actually?
yes, please, yeah.
It's Jabbar.
Jabbar.
Yeah, Jabbar.
All right, Jabbar. Maybe you can say to Mzansi, how do we say we'll see you after the break?
We will see you after the break.
Whoa, okay. I need to...
You got after?
After the break. All right, we'll work on this. See you guys
let's go
later.
practice.
Yeah, nice. Yes, Mzansi, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, opening up on S3 and opening you up to incredible conversation. And hey now, look who's this, our guest presenter for the day, Lesego Science is here joining us, helping us dive into this incredible world right now. And in our continued discussion on hearing loss during Deaf Awareness Month, which is happening right now, we turn our attention to the causes, the signs, and the importance of early detection, and that's particularly in children. Now, we are still with Dr. Wenile Makaye as well as Talia Lifson, who are our esteemed panel, giving us all the education that we came for. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You gotta tell us, because earlier we touched on children and the cochlear implants and all of that. What is the importance of early detection of hearing loss?
So I'll take this one quickly. Early detection is very important, Lesego. I would just, the Center for Disease Control, for instance, they have a strategy for early detection of hearing loss. So they speak of something they call a benchmark, which is 1, 3, and 6. Okay. So they look at any child that's born within the first month of life, they need to have had some screening for hearing loss. If that is referred, which generally would be almost like a failed hearing screening test, then by the age of 3 months, they need to have had a more diagnostic testing, which is more of a full battery that might be able to identify the specific cause of the hearing loss, and by the age of 6 months, they need to have some level of intervention. Now, this might not be practical for low to middle income country like South Africa and Africa in general, but at the very least, what we can aim to do is to screen 100% of the kids that are at risk. Now, there's the kids that are born premature, there's the kids that are born to parents who have hearing loss, there's the kids that are admitted to the neonatal ICU, and these are those kids that sometimes may be born with certain infections from their mothers. But fortunately, because of the strategies of prevention, actually, which are very important, things like good antenatal care for mother and child can pick up these infections and treat them beforehand so that we can prevent these kind of complications. But definitely, early detection is very important in terms of prevention.
Exactly.
So you talk about early detection. I get that box is ticked. What else are we able to possibly do when it comes to prevention? And what are some of the actual, let's say, causes that are a part of hearing loss? Because as we mentioned earlier, we briefly touched on it, but it seems like there's so much that can get affected. There's so many ways you can get affected. Are some of them preventable?
Yeah, so there's a number of different causes of hearing loss. You can be born with a hearing loss, obviously, and we touched on a few other options there. And obviously the noise-induced hearing loss is a big one as well.
Gen Z, listen up.
Yeah, but there are quite a few causes of hearing loss that people aren't that aware of. For example, a lot of medications, their side effects are hearing loss and tinnitus as well, which is the ringing, buzzing sound that you hear in your ears. And certain illnesses that can result in tinnitus and hearing loss. I know that there were a few people that came to us after having COVID with hearing problems. And then obviously things like trauma to the head, you can, if you have a bad fall or a knock or something like that, that can cause problems. History of chronic ear infections, if you don't get them treated, can cause permanent damage actually to some of the pathway if left, unmanaged. So yeah, there's quite a few different, anything else there that I missed, but I think
you've touched on
I've touched on most of them. There's quite a few different reasons. Yeah.
I've always been curious about something, right? Hearing loss and the ability to speak, to be verbal. How is that connected? Because being in the deaf community myself, I know there are people with hearing loss that can actually speak, and then there are others that can't make sounds. So what is the distinguish there? How is there?
Is there a connection?
Is there a connection?
Yes.
A difference? Yeah.
So when a baby is actually still in the belly, their ears start to develop and they're exposed to different sounds. And then obviously when they're born, they get exposed to a lot of different sounds. And in order for a person to develop spoken language, they need to be able to hear what they're producing, or at least find another method of being able to monitor what they're producing. So either through vibrations, some people don't necessarily need to be able to hear to be able to talk. So they need to be able to know what mouth formations to create and how to voice those sounds, as well as feeling the vibrations in terms of what pitches of sound that they're using. So it's quite a complex thing. Just because you're born deaf doesn't mean you can't learn how to speak verbally. And then some people who are born deaf it's quite important for them to remain deaf because it's seen as not disabled but differently abled. And then you get some communities where they say, no, we're going to look at cochlear implants and we're going to learn verbal or spoken language. It just depends on your community that you're brought up in and what your beliefs are in terms of how you would like to communicate in the world, because obviously it does limit you if you aren't able to communicate with the general population.
I can just sit here and think about and imagine the frustration and the challenge that must come with just trying to pronounce a simple word. If you don't have the reception of like hearing the sound, how do you know you're getting it right or not?
Yes.
It's absolutely crazy, and it just, I think, adds to the amount of work that goes into what you both are doing. So again, thank you for showing up, I think, and for being a part of what I think is something incredible, allowing that possibility to really just materialize. And I think we all deserve that. I think we've spoken about a lot of things here that might highlight a lot in South Africa right now. We've spoken about things that we maybe can and can't control. For the things that we can control, and I know a lot of us that might be now aware of the fact that, hey, we might be potentially suffering some hearing loss or going down that road. What should one do in that position? For those that can prevent it, what's the best advice that you have for them?
I would say just monitoring the hearing is very important because it's quite... The brain is a remarkable organ. It adapts to any environment that it's put in front of it. Over time, it will figure out how to achieve things within that environment. So the more you monitor your hearing, the earlier you can pick up whether or not there's an actual problem, because as your hearing changes over time, so your brain adapts. So not everyone is actively fully aware of how much they're hearing or not hearing. You know, when you look at something, if you've got visual problems, you can see, okay, it's blurry.
Yes.
When you're hearing stuff, you either hear it and you're aware of it or you don't. So the brain gets very used to hearing in the way, and that's why you often find family members or friends sort of pushing people to go get their hearing tested, because the person themselves isn't necessarily aware, but the people around them are like, yeah, you need to go get something checked out.
Repeating myself 10 times.
So monitoring the hearing is very important. Listen to your family and friends. There's no harm in getting a baseline hearing test done. You don't have to do anything about it. If you find a hearing loss or you don't find a hearing loss, at least we have something later on to compare and reference back to. So just testing, test. And if you ask, if someone asks you a question and you answer with full conviction, knowing 100% what they asked you, and then you get a sort of this kind of a look back at you, you should probably go get your hearing test.
That's a red flag.
And you know, guys, just to add on to that, also, interestingly, there is actually an app that's been developed by the WHO in collaboration with the University of Pretoria. So this is right here at home. Is called Hear Who. So it's the letter, the word here, and then WHO, the capital letters. So basically, this you can actually download on your phone, or they even have a web. And you can screen your hearing. You know, it's very simple and straightforward, gives you simple instructions, and then you can screen your hearing. And also, just in terms of, to go back to the low-hanging fruit of noise-induced hearing loss that we are all exposing ourselves to nowadays, the recommendation is that you need to keep your volume at least at 60% of the maximum. If you're in a noisy environment, at groove, so it's called.
Move away from the speakers. Thank you so much for those resources.
Every hour you must go outside and at least give your cochlea a chance to recover for about 10 minutes. And also, just as a brief way of knowing if you're in a noisy environment, if someone is at like a arm's length from you and you speak to them at conversational level and they can't hear you, you know there's a problem.
Those are wonderful tips.
Wow,
hey.
definitely.
Stop playing your music so loud in the shower. Those speakers, doof, doof,
I'm going to
doof.
solve us some in the car.
Today.
Well, Dr. Talia, and Dr. Makaya, thank you so much again for sharing your morning with us, for educating us and Mzansi. And I think this conversation should definitely echo on for the rest of the month. So appreciate you, and we definitely appreciate you as well, Mzansi. Don't go anywhere. Of course, we're still going to be diving into some more incredibleness, great conversations. We've got Jabbar, as we heard. We are very excited about it. We'll be having in that conversation. And then, yes, a little bit later, we'll also dive into some kitchen stuff. But you don't need to go anywhere. These good convos are carrying on in just a bit.
Only you can make my day.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You're wondering who's next to me right now. This is Beryl, who will be interpreting for me as I chat to our next incredible guest, because we are honored to be joined by Jabbar Mohammed, a trailblazer in the deaf community and a SAFTA Award winner. Yes, we've got royalty here. Jabbar is a proudly deaf South African from Cape Town. He has achieved remarkable milestones, including being the first deaf graduate at the University of the Western Cape and Cape College. Known for hosting Accessibility with Jabbar, he is a dedicated educator, an advocate, an MC, and a motivational speaker. Jabbar is joining us to chat about the recent silent walk, its impact on raising awareness, and the ongoing challenges faced by the deaf and hard of hearing community. I think we need a big round of applause for this one, Mzansi. I'm absolutely excited to have this man here. Yes, please, let's put it together. Jabbar, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. It's quite an honor.
It's so good to have you here. I want to talk about this incredible initiative, the Silent Walk. Hundreds of participants are going to be partaking in this one. Why has this been organized? And let's talk about what you are raising awareness for.
To be honest, initially, first of all, I went for coffee one day. And I was sitting and thinking about what can be done for the deaf community, because there's a lot of fun walks. You get the big walk, different events that happen. And I thought, what can we do specifically for the deaf? And hearing people like yourselves, you know I'm deaf. However, you don't know what it feels like to be deaf. And then I came up with the idea of a 5-kilometer walk with the hearing people, and you wear earplugs while you're walking with us. So you get the feeling of what it's like to be deaf, where you're depending a lot on your eyesight and your other senses. And just for 1 hour of your life, you get that experience, and we've called it the silent walk. So people think it's because of silent walk means you're not speaking, but it means you're hearing the earplugs, just to get that feel of what it's like to be deaf.
I love that. That is so clever. Well done. I think we all need to experience in order to understand, and I think that's such a great way to allow us to do exactly that. I want to talk about some of the challenges that the deaf community might still be facing when it comes to, let's say, things like accessibility or even just anything in general in this day and age.
Absolutely. We face many challenges, and it's been happening for many, many years. One of the highlights that I've learned and experienced over the number of years is a lot of cultural appropriation happening, where people learn the language, and now I've learned the language and now I teach. And that's something that we don't advocate for. For example, I'm a deaf person, it's my language, sign language is my language. So, for example, if you are hearing and I learn a language, now I go out into the world and I teach the language that I just learned. That is an example of cultural appropriation for us, because South African Sign Language is something that's a language of the deaf. For example, if I learn French, I can't be a teacher of French. So that's a challenge we face. Then another challenge is job placement and job creation for deaf people. People have a lot of misconceptions thinking that deaf people are not able to do certain things because they need additional resources, they need to appoint interpreters, but it's not always the case. I'm a TV presenter, I work at DEFSA as a provincial director, I teach sign language as well, I'm a deaf interpreter. So I can do many things, so you need to empower the deaf, and there's a lack of empowerment in the deaf community. That's another big challenge. Another challenge is accessibility. We need proper sign language interpreters, and interpreters also need to follow code of ethics. That's also another big challenge we face. Deaf people face a lot of barriers. How to get accessibility to certain things. So at DEFSA and the deaf community, we work with the broad deaf community on various projects on how we can overcome all these challenges. Because I mean, within South Africa, South African Sign Language is now official. And so that's one of the big things or the big projects that we are focusing on.
Excuse my naivety. Is South African Sign Language different to American Sign Language or sign language spoken in the United Kingdom, for example?
Yes, South African Sign Language is not a universal language. It's native to our country. It has its own grammar, its own structure, and it's very diverse. It's got its own dialects. In America, they've got American Sign Language. If I go to the UK, they've got British Sign Language. So there's various languages all over the world, depending on the country you go to. For the deaf community, it's quite easy to adjust to the different languages, people think you need to learn that specific language, but if you are already fluent, it's easy to adjust and become familiar with the different dialects.
Oh, I didn't know this. This is incredible. Lastly, if I can ask, and again, thank you for being here. I wish we had more time, but how and what can people do to maybe get more involved? And with these incredible events that you're organizing, is there anything else that we can maybe get involved in and look forward to?
Absolutely. We have a lot of events happening, big events coming up.
Yes.
Within this month. You can check on DEFSA's Facebook page. We're always updating there, and on my Facebook page as well. And we will have more silent walks. We are trying not to have just once every year. We're trying to get it to branch out to different areas as well. We want to create as much awareness as possible to make it inclusive for everyone. We don't want to have an inclusive society, so that's the aim of DEFSA and our planning going forward.
Well, Jabbar Mohammed, thank you so much. As you heard and have seen, you can find him on Facebook. He's got incredible events happening. If you want to get more involved, there's a great community that's welcoming you with open arms, ready to educate you and allow you to experience just a little bit of the difficulties that they need to overcome. And I'm so appreciative of you being here. Thank you. We love you. And Mzansi, this is what it's about, making us all a bit more aware of what's going on in our world. Thank you, Jabbar.
Oh, I'm so here for a shout out to Jabbar for being here, and we can't wait to welcome you back once again. Now, earlier on in the show, Zanele asked you at home to help her decide between two Heritage Day looks. Now, there were options for days, either a tunic maxi dress with striking block heels and a monochrome A-line skirt with a flattering belted accessory. I know which one I'm going for because I just want to match with my girl. But thank you for your feedback. We absolutely love all of the comments that have come through for our girl Zan. Francis and Akiwit says, good morning, Expresso. Definitely option 2. She will look stunning and gorgeous. Listen, Francis, you and me both are here for option 2. Let's see what else we have. Well, Matlakala and Kwane says, good morning, Expresso family. Definitely option 2. Come on, it seems like a no-brainer. Latoya Jacobs also saying, good morning, Expresso morning show. Both look amazing and will be gorgeous on Zanele, but option 2 is the way to go. Latoya, you know what you're talking about. And Teresa, yes, I love that it's a unanimous decision. Good morning, my beautiful, beloved Expresso family. You never go wrong with black and white, so definitely option 2 with Zanele. I love the style. You and me both. Zanele, I said I want to look just like you, girl, and today is our day to twin. So let's reveal the outfit. What are you looking like? Show Mzansi what you're doing.
Girl, here I am,
come
darling. This is me, and I absolutely love it. For me, it's the pop of color. It's the different print. It's the way in which it all just comes together and just genuinely makes me feel like we're celebrating heritage. What do you think, Carissa?
I am in complete agreement. 24th of September can come now already because, yes, absolutely, we are celebrating all things to do with being South African. And look at us together, Zanele. Come on. We definitely should be put on a billboard somewhere.
Girl, right? Can I even give you like a little bit of a...
Please.
A little bit of a
This
a
is your
walk,
runway.
A catwalk,
There you go.
if you will. This is me. Thank you. Exactly.
Oh, you do a kiss, I'm catching it. I love it, Sanela. You look absolutely stunning. The blue compliments you.
Thank
So
you.
incredibly beautiful. Like we said, the colors, the print, and also the overall style definitely shouts Heritage Day today, with looks inspired by our multicultural legacy, designed by Woolly staff member. Now shop the Heritage Capsules Collection 2024 at Woolworths today and beyond. It is, of course, available in store. You can find it online. You don't even have to leave your house, or even on the app, and you can definitely look just as good as Miss Sanele.
With 5 times greater plaque reduction than brushing and flossing alone. For a cleaner mouth and healthy gums, completes the clean with Listerine.
And just like that, we are back on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso on S3. And for now, we're going to put your knowledge to the test when it comes to skincare. As we know, the seasons are shifting, so you should also change your skincare routine along with that. And temperature changes can change things up for your skin, leaving it feeling a little bit dry. But don't you worry, we've got the perfect solution just for you. We're about to dive into some fun skincare questions and find the best products to keep your skin glowing all season long. And I can't wait to put Zanele versus Ryle. Here are the quiz rules. Please don't cheat. Just because you look good today doesn't mean you can do whatever you want, okay? Okay, you listening? The quiz rules are simple. You'll get 4 questions where you will need to choose the correct answer, either option A or option B, and then the person with the most correct answers, of course, win, and you at home can also learn more about your skin and play along with us. I'm thinking you should just call out your name when you've got the right answer. So let me hear. Raul, call your name out. Okay.
Nature Boy.
There you go. How about you, Zan?
Zanele.
Okay, good enough for me. Okay, so true or false? We're going to start out over here. The benefits of oats in skincare are clinically proven, and Aveeno has published over 80 studies. True or false?
Zanele.
Zanele, girl, you were first.
True, honey.
Is it true? Is it false? Let's find out together. It is true. Well done. Aveeno has 75 years of clinical studies, publishing 80 studies. That's absolutely foolproof. I'm here for it. Zanele in the lead. Ryle, Nature Boy down by 1. Let's get into question 2. Which product helps relieve itchy skin in just 60 seconds? Now, I do want to give you some options. A, daily moisturizing lotion, or B, skin relief moisturizing lotion.
Zanele.
Zanele, let's hear it, girl.
I'm going to go for B, even though I feel like A also does like, you know, a lot when it comes to itchiness and everything. But I'm going to go for B.
Yeah, it is a tricky one. Which one could it be? And you are right. It is B, skin relief moisturizing lotion. Zanele, you are winning today, girl.
Zanele, who's next to you there that we can't see on the camera? Huh?
Nobody, Raul. It's just all up here, Raul.
I'm watching those eyes.
Come on, Ryle, we can do this. All right, okay, question 3. Zanele in the lead by 2, Ryle down by 2. Let's go, question 3. Which product helps relieve the 5 common signs of eczema-prone skin? I'm going to give you options this time. A, is it Demexa Emollient Cream, or B, Daily Moisturizing Body Lotion? Ryle, let's hear it.
It's a tough one. I think it's A.
You think it's
A?
A?
I think it's A. It just
you
sounds
just
like
heard a word and you were like...
it sounds like a very good product. Is it? Yes!
It is A!
It's the Demexa that got me.
Demexa Emollient Cream. Well done. 2 to Zanele, 1 to
something,
Ryle.
Thank you.
This could be a tiebreaker. Well, let's see. True or false, Ryle or Zanele? Oat oil stimulates ceramide production, which helps boost skin ceramide levels.
Ooh.
Zanele.
Zanele?
True, my love.
True. Well, let's find out. Dum, dum, dum. You are right. We've got a champion in the building.
Well, if you look at her skin, you can clearly see why. It all makes sense now.
I agree.
I mean, guys, they don't call me the people's champion for nothing. Do you know what I'm saying?
And I thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done, Ryle. You know, and I know it is not the interview I once had with the Aveeno family that helped me today. Thank you. That's all I will say. Thank you very much.
That all makes sense. Well played, lady. Well played.
That information has been absorbed into your skin, just like the product, looking so glowy and good. Thank you, Zanele, our champion for today. And always, because Zanele is just fantastic. Well, as your skin adjusts to the seasonal shift, Aveeno is your year-round skincare companion, harnessing the restorative and also soothing properties of oats with the power of the triple oat complex, oat flour, extract, and oil. Your skin is well equipped to stay healthy and also nourished throughout the year. Some good news for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Your skin is thirsty for natural oils and moisture. With soothing triple oat complex, oat flour hydrates. Oat oil boosts ceramide levels and locks in moisture. Oat extract soothes itchy skin. Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion.
And on that winning note, we get into your news at the top of this hour. It's just gone 7 o'clock or a minute after 7. Let's get into your national news first. Deputy Health Minister Dr. Joe Phatla says diabetes is the second leading cause of death in South Africa and the leading cause among females, accounting for 8.2% of deaths, up from 7.7% in 2018. Now, at a roundtable in Pretoria with research agencies from Canada, China, India, and the World Health Organization, or WHO, Phatla emphasized the need for sustained collective efforts in prevention and early detection to combat lifestyle diseases. Hypertension, heart disease, chronic respiratory diseases, and cancer also rank among the top causes of death in South Africa. Now, sticking to your national news, the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, or NSFAS, has postponed the opening of the 2025 academic year applications to Friday, moving it from the originally scheduled date of today. Now, the delay follows concerns raised by student organizations and institutional governance structures at universities and TVET colleges. Higher Education Minister Dr. Nobuhle Nkabane explained that the postponement allowed NSFAS to conduct a dry run of the online application system with stakeholders. Feedback from this trial led to key system changes aimed at simplifying and improving accessibility for all applicants. Looking further afield at your international news, President Vladimir Putin yesterday ordered an increase in the Russian army by 180,000 troops, raising the total to 1.5 million active servicemen. This expansion will make the Russian military the second largest in the world, after China's 2 million active personnel. This move, the third expansion since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, aims to bolster Russian forces as they advance in eastern Ukraine and the Kursk region. Now, despite heavy losses on both sides, the war shows no signs of ending soon, and the exact size of the losses remains a secret. Nigerian authorities report that over 300 inmates are missing after escaping from a prison in Maiduguri following severe flooding caused by a dam collapse due to heavy rainfall. Only 7 have been recaptured so far. Now, several 100,000 people have been displaced, with at least 30 fatalities. Borno State Governor Babangana Zulum described the destruction as beyond human imagination and confirmed that some escaped inmates were linked to Boko Haram. However, it remains unclear how many fugitives are involved in jihadist violence. Now, for this hour, we close off with this feel-good story where Turkish beekeeper Ibrahim Sedef had a sweet dilemma. Bears were constantly raiding his beehives, stealing honey and leaving a mess behind. Instead of seeing them as a nuisance, Ibrahim saw an opportunity. Embracing the bears' love for honey, he decided to turn them into his taste testers. Setting up a playful experiment, he offered them various types of honey. To his surprise, the bears revealed their sophisticated taste, consistently choosing the luxurious and rare Anza honey, known for its high price. Now, this creative solution not only saved his hives, but also proved that sometimes working with nature does bring the sweetest rewards. That's where we leave your 7 o'clock news. For now, let's check in on the world of sports. Here's Ryle with the latest.
Absolutely love that story. But for now, though, the world of sport. And starting with cricket. Now, Tasman Brits' well-crafted half-century led the Proteas women to a 10-run victory over Pakistan women in their T20 international clash at the Multan Cricket Stadium. Now, Brits top scored with an unbeaten 56 runs off 63 balls, guiding the visitors to 132 runs for 4 wickets. Now, Pakistan fell short, finishing on 122 runs for 5 wickets. Now, Brits was named player of the match for a crucial knock as our ladies took a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. Now, the second T20 is set for 4 p.m. tomorrow. Well, we now move to the world of football, and women's Ballon d'Or winner Aitana Bonmati has signed a new contract with Barcelona, extending her stay until 2028. Now, the 26-year-old Spanish playmaker played a pivotal role in Barcelona's sensational quadruple last season, scoring in the Champions League final. Now, Bonmati has netted 96 goals in 275 appearances for the club and shares the record for the most Champions League goals, that being 22, with teammate Alexia Putellas. Now, a World Cup winner with Spain in 2023, Bonmati joined Barcelona's youth academy in 2011. Well, we now move to the world of tennis, and Yannick Sinner has added Marco Panici, Novak Djokovic's former fitness coach, to his team, following the world number one's clearance after testing positive twice for a banned substance. Now, Sinner announced the news on social media alongside newly recruited physiotherapist Ulysses Abadio. Now, Panici replaces Umberto Ferreira, who Sinner parted ways with before his US Open victory. Well, we move to the world of Olympics, and World Athletics President Sebastian Coe, Olympic newcomer and businessman Johan Aleix, and Zimbabwe's Sports Minister Kirsty Coventry are among 7 candidates for the International Olympic Committee presidency election next year. Now, they join IOC Vice President Juan Antonio Samaranch, cycling chief David Lapertinte, Prince Faisal Al Hussein of Jordan, and Gymnastics Federation head Moranari Watanabe. Now, current President Thomas Bach will step down in 2025 after 12 years in office, with the election to be held in March 2025 in ancient Olympia, Greece. Well, that's all the sporting news I have for you right now. We'll do it all again in the next hour, but many of you heading out on the roads, let's see how we can serve you when it comes to traffic.
Oh yes, let's get into your traffic indeed. Let's start off in KZN Pietermaritzburg. Heavy mist conditions along the N3 route is reducing one's ability of the roads. Please make use of your headlights and maintain a safe following distance. Off in Gauteng, Alexandra, delays are being experienced on the N3 northbound before London Road. The right lane is affected, so drive safely. Still in Gauteng, in Midrand, there's been an accident on the N1 southbound after New Road with delays towards Allendale Road. The left lane is affected and traffic is slow moving. Wherever you're heading, drive with caution and please maintain a safe following distance. With that being said, let's check out your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms affecting KZN, Northern Eastern Cape, Southern Gauteng, Free State, Southern Northwest and Eastern Northern Cape. Expect heavy downpours, strong winds and large hail leading to localized flooding. High fire danger is anticipated in the northeastern Northern Cape, Western Bushveld and Limpopo Valley. Meanwhile, Eric Stoch, chairman of the Northwest Umbrella Fire Protection Organization, has called for a disaster declaration due to multiple fires in the region. He warns of worsening conditions, citing inadequate firefighting resources and equipment as major risks to the community. We always ask you to please send in your sunrise view, and we absolutely love what has come through this morning. Even different colors. There's no yellow, there's no orange. My friend, take a look at what it is that Shakin from Grabo has sent us. We absolutely love it. Look at those pink hues with a little bit of purple, even some blue. It is absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for sending that in, my lovely. And please, if you have not sent yours as yet, show us what you're waking up to. 063-408-8863. Let's get into your temperatures though, so you know how to dress this morning.
So I'm just like blown away by that good morning shot. I don't know if you got a glimpse of that, Mzansi, but wow, thank you for coming through. Look at the colors and the hues. Did you know the sky could be that pink?
I did not know
Crazy.
that. I'm finding out at the same time you are. Absolutely stunning.
It's like this pre-burn effect, like before the sun even comes up, it just shoots up on the cloud, reflects onto you, and voila, magic as it was desired.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great day. That's all I got from that picture. So it's going to be an even better day for you if you win some money today. Let me tell you that much. Because you got to play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Tuesday. And you could just become Zanzi's next big winner. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there.
That is a huge load of millions. Now, listen, what are you waiting for? You want to play Powerball? There's an estimated 5 million rand up for grabs. The Powerball Plus for an estimated 36 million rand today. That's a lot of money.
Well, and you want that in your pockets as well. So do we. And you can buy your tickets today. It's really easy. Either go in store or head over to the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app for you to use, as well as cell-phone banking. Or you could simply just kick it old school and dial *120 *7529 hash, and all the USSDs there for you.
Yeah, we got options because we also posted all of these details on our Expresso social media pages. So you can go check it out right now. You want to pound and push or play the Powerball and Powerball Plus for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. That means you literally will become a multi-millionaire, but only if you play.
Only if you play. And before you think about playing, I want you to stick around here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You have a bit of time before the shops do open up, and I want to tell you what's still to come. I don't know if you like to boots a little bit, you know?
What's like boxing? What's like boxing boots?
Yeah, but
Wow,
like professionally.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
okay.
Well, Tristan Naidu is one of the Tropica contestants.
You're intimidating me now. I thought you were coming at me.
He's going to show us how to do it.
Tristan.
I don't even need Tristan for this.
And then not only that, but we're talking about health in the community, diving into great conversations once again, Mzansi. So, of course, you don't need to go anywhere. Maybe just get a coffee, warm yourselves up, but don't go too far. We'll see you after this.
It's a threat.
Okay, let's go. Let's bots. Ba, ba, ba.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And I think today's conversation is making you feel really, really good. Everything about health, awareness, and wellness. So let's carry on with that right now because we got vaccines next on the list, which are the cornerstone of strong, healthy communities. And I think with Pharmacy Month in full swing, there's no better time to focus on protecting ourselves and those around us. Now, in proud partnership with Adcock Ingram, OTC sponsors of Brave, we're bringing this one through to you. And a very warm welcome to community pharmacist and researcher, Dr. Oluchi Mbamalu. And she's here to give us the vaccine lowdown. Doc, how are we doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
I love your smile. It's the perfect smile that a pharmacist should have, because someone like me that comes in there sick and needs help sees that smile. I'm like, I'm already feeling better.
No, that's what we aim to do.
So thank you for bringing that along this morning. But let's talk about this. Why is staying up to date with vaccines so important in this day and age?
Right. You mentioned it in your introduction. Vaccines are one of the key ways we try to maintain healthy individuals and communities. And so there are many infectious diseases that are preventable. You have polio, for example, yellow fever, tuberculosis, and even the common flu. And vaccines can help to protect individuals from these diseases. And of course, some of these diseases can be fatal. And so actually staying up to date with vaccines and preventing infections is then a better option than trying to treat after your patient has become infected.
And potentially saves lives as
Protection
well, yeah.
saves life, and prevention is better than cure. Why would you have to get
100%.
an illness first if you can prevent it?
I love that, and I think with the modern day sciences and advancements we have in this space, why suffer as well when you have that solution?
And then you stay in hospital, and then you have to pay hospital bills if you're not covered, and then you miss out on work. And if you haven't got social insurance and cover, you don't get payment for days of work lost. But we also help to build healthy communities, because somebody who's protected cannot transfer it to somebody else. And so public health, personal health and well-being.
Yeah, this makes sense. Let's say for someone that is maybe checking in on their children with regards to, are they up to date with their vaccinations? Is that something that you can do, or would you just, if I don't know, I don't know?
Yes, so the pharmacist can check on that and then advise on whether your child is up to date with vaccinations. And if they're not up to date, the pharmacist can also advise on what they need to do to get up to date. So you need to go to the pharmacy with your child's clinic record, the Road to Health book. And the pharmacist can go through that to see what your child has taken and what needs to be taken. And if there's any extras that the child requires or the child missed before, the pharmacist can also advise on
Brilliant.
that.
So pharmacists are there for like everything. It's not just the beautiful smile, clearly. And it's there to also fill in the gaps and things that we might have missed on, which I think it's so important. So you mentioned what we need to bring with, right? If my children's friends are maybe vaccinated as well, does it make a difference or does it matter if my child maybe isn't? That's quite an interesting one, because I know there's debates on this, and I know it goes as extreme as some kids are even prevented from playing with some other kids because of the status. It's crazy.
So if your child's friends are vaccinated and your child is not, your child is still at risk of infectious diseases.
Okay.
Because the pathogens that cause the disease have newer strains that mutate every time, and so your child may not be protected. But then, even more important, you're relying on herd immunity from the cover that your child's friends have to protect your child. Now, herd immunity occurs when people who can vaccinate in a community, many of them vaccinate, and so they protect those who cannot vaccinate. For instance, those whose immune systems cannot allow them to vaccinate at that time, newborn babies who are not yet up to the age for the vaccine. But then what happens is that if less people vaccinate, we don't have that community-wide cover, and so you have pockets of diseases springing up again. And that child who is not vaccinated is likely going to be among the first people to pick up that infection.
Okay, because they're the most vulnerable, the most susceptible to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so anyone who can get vaccinated is advised to, not only to protect other people, but also to protect themselves.
Okay, this is making a lot of sense. And with regards to, obviously, we're speaking about children, but with adults as well, is it still important for adults to get vaccinated? I mean, my understanding is that often we build up that resilience over time, our immune system gets stronger, but are vaccines still important? And if so, which ones would you maybe advise for adults right now?
Right, so I get that a lot in the pharmacy.
Yeah, I'm strong, I'm old, I'm building up, I don't need that.
Yes, so adults do need vaccines. Depends on what stage of their life they are at, depends on whether they're traveling, depends on where they work, what pathogens or infectious diseases they might be exposed to. For instance, your adult patient who has an injury that causes a cut in the skin might need a tetanus vaccine to prevent from tetanus infection. And of course, there is the flu vaccine, which we advise people to take every year. For instance, your healthcare workers need to take this, not only to protect them, but also to ensure that they don't transfer an infection to a patient that they are treating. And so they protect not only themselves, but also the patient. And this is very important for people who are vulnerable, like your elderly patients who are over 60 years, pregnant women, people whose immune systems are compromised. And so by protecting themselves, they can also protect the patients that they are treating. Or for those who love to travel, you can travel to a place that's, you need maybe, for instance, depending on where you're going, yellow fever vaccine, if you're traveling to or from an endemic area.
Yeah.
And there are also many others, and your pharmacist is well positioned to advise on those.
Well, Dr. Lucy, if our pharmacist has anything to go by, and if you're an example of it, then I'm sold. I'm here for it. I'm heading to the pharmacy right now. And I'm very grateful for you to be here this morning. Thank you for educating us. You were absolutely flawless today with everything that we needed to hear. So I think with that being said, your work here is done.
Thank you. Nice
I
to
think
be
Team
here.
Mzansi Pharmacy Month is obviously in full swing. So let's keep the celebration going. And I think we can recognize the amazing pharmacists, just like the one on the couch right now, who work tirelessly to keep us healthy. Here's to you. Thank you.
September is Pharmacy Month. In proud association with Adcock Ingram, OTC sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
I love how Raul is talking about full swings because my friend today we're getting in full swings. I'm going to explain it a little bit right. First and foremost, we are going into full swing when we talk about Tropical Island of Treasure come the 28th of September. My friend, it's all happening in Zanzibar and it is season 11, bigger, better, the biggest prize of all time in the history of Tropical Island of Treasure. And I cannot wait for you to actually see what happens. However, right now, we're getting to know some of our contestants and one of our fan contestants just so happens to be with us in studio. I am talking about professional boxer and a guy who's a knockout. Yeah. He does the things that need to be done. Fresh off of winning a battle of the grudges against Joaquim Magadiua. He is a champion. I am talking about, of course, my friends, none other than Tristan. Let's give him a feel-good welcome, everybody. Tristan, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm amazing, thank you. Tristan, this is so exciting. You're here to teach me boxing, right? But
Yes,
first, I want to ask you all the questions.
Okay.
Firstly, how excited are you about season 11 of Tropical Island of Treasure?
I cannot wait.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
And have you ever been to Zanzibar?
I've never been to Zanzibar. Somewhere I've been on my list of places to go to.
Yeah, it's on everyone's list. I said the same thing as well. Like, it's always been right there at the top with all of the other cities I want to, or rather countries I want to visit. However, I do also know that you are a boxer, right? So what are you going to be bringing to the island in terms of that boxing vibe?
I'm gonna be disciplined. I'm not gonna get caught up in holiday mode. I'm gonna be on the job. I'm gonna be on the job. Yeah.
I like it a lot. Well, I feel like I have to take advantage of the fact that you are a professional boxer and there's boxing gloves right there. And we have the opportunity to show me and Mzansi how to box. Because I've never done it before.
All right.
Yes. So are you ready to teach me?
I'm ready to show you what it takes.
Okay. All right. Do you think you can make a champion out of me?
In one day?
Yeah, maybe.
We can try.
Okay, thank you. Okay, amazing. Let's get all of that stuff with us right now, please. Oh, my goodness. I feel like, Tristan, the boxing thing, do you think it's going to scare everyone? Like all of your fellow contestants?
I think it might show them that, hey, I'm serious when it comes to the physical challenges.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be very, very interesting because this is almost like me. You know, they say a walk in your shoes.
Yeah.
This is like a day in your boxing gloves. Something like that. Something like it.
Yeah.
Are these yours?
Well, yeah, one of them.
One of them?
One of them. This is a spare pair that I have.
Oh, okay, okay. How many boxing gloves do you have?
Yo, too many. How many boots do one player of soccer? What boots does a soccer player have? Too
I don't
many.
know.
Too many.
I
One,
don't
every
know.
color for a different game.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So,
Yes.
are you left-handed or right-handed? Let's
Right.
start there. Right-handed.
Yes.
So if you're right-handed, your left foot is
Yes.
gonna take one. Okay. So if you stand straight, right?
Okay, I'm standing straight.
Cool. Take one step forward.
With my left.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And then this one, half a step out.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Bend your knees. And now you're in the perfect position to throw any punch. Yeah, boo.
Yes, I feel stronger.
Exactly.
I feel
Because
like I've got...
now if you stand normally,
Okay.
the problem is you are very like off balance. So that's how you stand like that. All right.
I'm a boxer.
Yeah.
There.
Something like that.
Yes. Okay, I'm ready.
So what I'm going to show you is just a few basic punches, which are going to be straight punches and hooks.
Okay.
Right? So your straight punches, you want to throw it in such a way that your elbow almost fully extends.
But it doesn't.
But it doesn't go all the way.
Okay.
And you pull it back exactly to where it came from, just like this. And
Okay.
everything starts from your legs. You don't
Okay.
throw punches from your upper body.
Really?
People think you throw, it doesn't come from here, it comes from the bottom, it starts from the ground. Right? So you want to throw like this, that's a jab.
Yes. Is that right?
That hand,
Okay.
your jab is your front hand.
Oh, is my jab my front hand? Really? I've never known that. So I can't jab with this.
No, that will be
Big
like a straight right or a right cross. they'll say. Yes.
So, okay, so not
Yes.
fully extending.
So remember your hand will start here,
Okay.
and then you'll turn it over.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, boo.
So now,
There you
but
go.
am I fully extending? Is that wrong?
No, that's about fine. And then you bring
okay.
it back, yeah. And then, other hand, same story. Right? And when you do that, you'll turn your leg like this.
Okay,
For
okay.
added power.
So am I turning this way
Yeah?
and this way?
Yeah, boo. There we go. Well done.
I told you I'm a champion.
Right? And then it's the same thing with your hooks. Just
Okay.
like this and like this, 90
Okay.
degrees.
So hooks are like,
Yeah? And you want to keep your thumb facing the ceiling.
oh, okay. So,
Yeah?
and,
Yeah. There we go.
okay.
So now let's see how you actually, if you can actually hit something.
Okay, can I go and win against Money Mayweather? Now.
We're gonna find out.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what I got.
So I'm gonna call the punches. You're gonna punch them.
No.
And punch this. Don't punch me.
I'm,
You laugh.
I'm
but
bad
people
at
do this.
listening.
People do that.
oh, okay, let's go.
People do that.
Okay, 1, 2.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask just for jab.
Okay.
Right? Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now give me 3 on that side. 1. Bend your knee. Nice. Now give me 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
times.
ready.
Nice.
Okay.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Very good. Very
Yes!
good. That's not bad, actually.
Okay, you see, he said I'm not bad. I'm trying. And this is the thing, Expresso family. It is all in the name of getting ready for what we call Tropica Island of Treasure, the biggest season yet. It is season 11 happening in Zanzibar, and we want to take you to Zanzibar with us. Tristan is one of your fan contestants where he has a chance to win his share of 1 million rand and a brand new Suzuki Jimny. It is honestly something you cannot afford to miss. It is happening 28th of September right here on S3, 6:30, my friend, on the Saturday. Then in case you miss it, you can catch the repeat on Monday, 9 p.m. on SABC1. So much happening, so much going down. Remember, you got to be a part of it. Right about now, though, my lovely, it is, of course, Carissa and Lesego waiting for us in Cape Teasy. Hello, my beauties.
Oh, you thought you could get away with that? No. We got to see that picture of you and Drickus again, please.
When's this happening?
Please.
When's this fight happening over here? We want to know, when is Drickus'
the
next
fight
fight
against you
against
happening?
this incredible specimen? Wow! I must say, someone's been working out on the islands.
Hello, Vietney Barons, Vietney. Listen, I think Sanele could take Drickus down. I'm not
I think
gonna
so,
lie.
yeah.
I saw those skills.
Yeah, she could just weave away, if not with the fist, then maybe with the words, and just confuse him into submission.
I like that. That's a great strategy, actually. Well, we definitely have so much to come your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You know, Rao, when it gets to mid-month, and then you look at your pockets and your bank account, you say, where did my money go?
Oh, it's full on empty. Give me my money.
Give me my money. Well, we're going to definitely go through and navigate that mid-month moment for you and make sure that you make it to the end of the month on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You know, we always got your back.
We always got your back indeed, and we got your back when it comes to the seasonal changes and navigating seasonal flu, seasonal allergies, and all things seasonal. Well, 'tis the season to have the conversation. Just after this, don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
After that very quick break, you are back on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we've got to talk about hair because this Heritage Month, see what I did there? Glycolemon is honoring the depth of our heritage and also the significance of remaining connected to our roots with a Back to the Roots, to your roots anyway campaign. Now, we've got so many things that we've spoken about, from the concept that you are what you eat to the importance of also nourishing yourself for a happier lifestyle, and now to nurturing your roots for healthier hair. Coming into summer, you know we all got to look good. And today we're joined by brand manager Angelica Hendricks to find out more about Glycolemon. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure. And I'm telling you, when your hair looks like that, the curls are popping today. Beautiful. Well, Angelica, let's get into this because, you know, growing up, Glycolemon was a part of my childhood, and I still distinctly remember the smell of that marula shampoo and conditioner. And if you open a bottle today, it'll take me exactly back to those wash days with my mom. And I know that you're celebrating 60 years.
Yeah.
What a legacy. How incredible is that? I do want to know how you feel you've remained relevant throughout the years that you've been around.
So with Glycolemon, us being around since actually 1957, so that's probably over 60 years. The secret to remaining relevant with South African consumers is that it's made by South Africans for South Africans. So always putting the consumer and the customer at the forefront has been one of the main points of us staying relevant.
And we can feel it. I mean, as a consumer, we definitely know that you have got us when it comes to looking good, having our hair done, and also at an accessible price that many people are able to afford to look good, you know? And I do wonder how the role of Glycolemon plays in the lives of South Africans on the daily. I mean, what can you say to that?
So as you mentioned, well, besides the affordability, it's an amazing hair care range, the shampoos and your conditioners. But we understand that consumers are a bit cash strapped. So the affordable angle is one of the reasons that we give back to the community and that we've been able to survive for such a long time. So we don't want consumers to make decisions in terms of their beauty by not being able to afford an awesome hair care range. And yeah, that's what we've done.
Oh, I love it. And like I said, if your hair looks this good, girl, then we are taken care of. But when it comes to offering something for your consumers and listening to what they're saying versus being true to your brand, where do you sort of find that middle ground between making both parties happy?
So it's quite tough because everybody wants something and everybody needs something, right? And the South African hair market consists of basically like 70% textured hair, and it ranges from type 1 to type 4, which is 14 different hair types.
Sure.
So Glycolemon has a wide variety from your anti-dandruff shampoos and conditioners to your leave-in conditioners for somebody that's looking for a bit more moisture. We've got so many different climates. And then, like you've mentioned, we've got the real OG SKUs, which are your marulas, your henna extracts that people remember and they love. They don't want to change it. So that's how we've kind of, you know, kept everybody in the loop for all hair types.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, that henna. When you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, how could I forget about the classic? Well, let's talk about heritage. Speaking of heritage or heritage, however you want to say it, and your campaign Back to Your Roots. Can you tell me a bit more about that, especially considering that we're celebrating heritage this month?
So the campaign Back to Your Roots started with us just wanting to give back. We've been around for such a long time and we felt, you know, it's time as a heritage brand in South Africa that we give back. So it's more about, you know, educating the youth. You are what you eat. So it starts from within and instilling those values in the youth, basically from the ground up. And that way we hope that Glycolemon also grows with them. So planting a seed in the ground and in their minds.
Oh, I love that because it is about legacy. And as we pass that on to the next generation who also want to look just as good, it is so incredibly important. That's wonderful. 100%. What is your best part of the campaign that's happened so far?
So you'll see something probably next week, but it's always about giving back and seeing the smiles on the kids' faces, as well as some of our team members just getting down and dirty. You know, you get your Barbie girls, and now they're in the ground just getting dirty and all just to give back to the community. community. So it's really heartwarming. Yeah, so that's been the most exciting part.
Honestly, you guys have given us so much throughout the years, and it's really good to see you're still standing 10 toes down in a market that can get quite saturated, you know? So yes, get yourself some Glyco Lemon, and I've got some good news for you too. Thank you so much, Angelica, for being here. If you want to experience the quality and tradition of Glyco Lemon, then this is for you. Stand a chance of winning a Glyco Lemon hair care hamper. You heard me right. All you have to do to enter, simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages and tell us this one question. Which Glyco Lemon product is your favorite? I know mine. I said Marula. Choose your own one, okay? And brings you back to hashtag back to your roots. Of course, don't forget to use that qualifying hashtag back to your roots in your answer. Now, the competition does close on the 27th of September. And of course, all T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Make sure that you definitely get yourself in the running to winning a beautiful hair care hamper. Mike, coming your way soon.
Yeah, coming your way soon indeed. And a reminder why we are here and why this beautiful soul's here, Lesego Signs, because you are highlighting awareness for the deaf community and those that are hard of hearing. Now, on top of this, great conversations coming through. And what else is happening?
I will tell you right now.
Are you okay?
Allergies. I need to find out how I can navigate these allergies, and that's definitely coming up after this break. And what else?
Well played. Listen, we're also talking about money, how to manage your money. Where did my money go? I don't know. But for now, though, Mzansi, what we're going to tell you is that the magic will continue.
Yes, Wayne.
After the break. See you there. Cool, huh?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, Mzansi, welcome to it. Yes, you're opening up right here on S3. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And man, I'm feeling so good getting educated with absolute professionals when it comes to our health. And Tuesday has never felt this good. Now, as we move obviously into the new season, we've got these pollen counts that are on the rise, allergens in the air, and many South Africans are starting to feel the effects of seasonal allergies. I literally just saw Chef Clem off camera. We will chat in a bit, but the man was looking a little bit puffy. He's suffering, people. So hopefully we can help you with this conversation, because from the Western Cape to Gauteng and KZN, each region has its own unique allergy triggers. So we have a professional, the very beautiful, the lovely Dr. Leila Kasim in the building with us this morning to help us navigate these seasonal allergies and how to best manage them. Doc, how are we doing this morning?
Thank you for having me.
Suffering as well from some allergies, maybe?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy how impactful it actually is, and it's a real thing. So maybe we can talk about this exactly, because I know when I was in like KZN now in winter, it's still summer there. And then you head to Gauteng, and I come back and my nose and my throat is dry. The season in South Africa are crazy. So does that mean that these sort of allergens or these sort of areas have different impacts on our allergies?
Yes, for sure. So in South Africa, we have such a diverse area. Our allergy season actually starts from the time of September and goes on right through January to March, and even longer in certain areas. If we're talking about Gauteng and the Highveld, it's a more dry area and the altitude is higher. So allergens like grass pollen allergy is more prevalent. Whereas if you go towards the coastal areas like KZN and Cape Town, house dust mite allergies are more prevalent because of the humidity and the dampness.
Okay, so that means that theoretically, no matter what, there's something that we can maybe address here, because this is affecting like the good times in South Africa from September to March. That's like when everybody's out playing. So we need to pay attention to this conversation. Are there some like symptoms that we should be looking out for when it comes to allergy season?
Yes, for sure. And most people develop symptoms, or most people suffer. In fact, about 50% of people can suffer from allergic rhinitis symptoms.
Okay.
So your allergy symptoms would be a runny nose, increased mucus production, dry or runny eyes, depending on how you present, and then itchy eyes, and then often sneezing. And then it's important to know that it differs from having a cold or flu, because you don't have those body aches and pains and you don't have a fever. So it's more so the allergy symptoms rather than feeling achy and sick.
All right, so let's talk about a cure here, because I know there's a lot of people that struggle with this. It impacts our jobs, it impacts our mood even, because it's just like irritating. At the end of the day, your nose is dry from blowing it so often. Something like, let's say, Allergex non-drowsy. Is this something that can help people with these allergies, but more importantly, stop them from maybe feeling drowsy while doing it? Because I know these are some of the side effects that not all of us are aware of, and we're sometimes scared about it. We're like, I don't want to do that. It's not worth it.
Yeah, so it's good that you mentioned that. There are so many classes of antihistamines that can manage your allergic rhinitis symptoms. So Allergex non-drowsy is an example of an antihistamine that doesn't cause the grogginess or the drowsiness. So you don't feel that lethargy when you want to manage symptoms and you want to be functional at work and just carry out your normal daily living.
Okay.
And essentially it manages those symptoms by essentially blocking that histamine release. So then it manages the symptoms of preventing you from having that runny nose and from having those itchy eyes or sneezing.
So we don't have to suffer, Mzansi. You do not. Now, I know, obviously, with everybody, like we mentioned, heading out into the outdoors, into the chaos of life as the seasons present themselves, I think there's maybe a few things we might need to possibly look out for when it comes to allergy seasons. Is there anything that we can do to maybe just be more aware and be more like present to do something about it?
Yes, so you mentioned it as well. So knowing the pollen count, it's a nice way to sort of identify the days that the pollen count is high. On those days, just make sure that you have a shower after you get home from enjoying the beautiful scenery in South Africa. So don't not go out, but just know how to manage it in simple ways. And then using Allergex non-drowsy or an antihistamine can help prevent those negative symptoms. And then also things like a saline wash for your nose to prevent you or reducing the allergen in the nasal mucosa. And then you have options like your intranasal steroid, also to reduce the inflammation of your nasal mucosa. So there's so many ways. And then in the house, when you have dust mite allergies, make sure that you vacuum the house, vacuum the curtains even, and mop the floors. So it's like simple little tricks that you can essentially do to manage your symptoms.
It really is simple, and I think this is something that everybody can do. So, Mzansi, you know what to do now. Dr. Leila has spoken. Go clean your house. But thank you so much again, Dr. Leila, for coming through. I think this education is absolutely welcomed, and especially right now as I'm literally seeing people struggle with the allergy season. So we can suffer no more. For you, Mzansi, it gets even better. Listen to this. I got something to tell you and plug you in on, because how about a chance to win? Yeah, I got your attention now. So listen, Allergex Non-Drowsy is giving away a 2,000 Rand cash prize. Now to enter, you need to tell us the following. When do your allergies hit the hardest? Is it morning, afternoon, or night? Now make sure to use the hashtag Allergex Non-Drowsy in your entry. And remember, the competition closes on Friday, the 20th of September. And your T's and C's do apply. You can find it all at expressoshow.com. And if you want any more information, well, the doc you can find online. She has a plethora of knowledge that you definitely want to jump on. Thank you so much, Doc.
Pleasure for having me.
September marks so many things, but let me tell you, it's Heritage Day, but also Braai Day, South Africa. Get ready. And it won't be a braai without a saucy marinade to soak your meat or even veggies in. Now, we've brought in the big guns. Chef Clem is here to share his best-kept marinade secrets, ensuring that our next braai adventure sizzles with flavor. Clem, I know you wanted to keep it a secret, but we're going to wring it out of you.
We're going to.
Because
also,
we have to have a good braai season.
No, we must, and we will. Also, don't say we bring in the big guns, because Raul de Mornay started off by saying, Clem's looking puffy.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, don't come say sorry.
I was trying to make up.
No.
I didn't say that. What I meant was like, you know, you get things like the things we like and love in life. I love puff pastry. I love a puffer jacket. It keeps you warm and comfortable. That's what I meant, bro. Come on.
And a puffy face from Chef Clem. We love it.
It's not even 8 o'clock. I got out before 8 o'clock, but yes, the hay fever is wild today. That's why I've got you here with me, okay?
I'm going to help you out. We also have allergies that got your back too, so don't you worry.
Raul, you're forgiven. So here's the actual thing, right? You can't just be the only braai master because something like this happens.
Okay.
Who's going to take the tongs?
I'm going to try.
Okay, so here's the thing. Me having insane hay fever this morning, I'm passing the tongs to you. Marinating meat.
Tell me more.
Okay.
Does Woolies have our back or not when it comes to the September braai season?
100%.
Thank you.
Woolies have an amazing range of pre-marinated braai items, which we love. It's the ish potatoes. We know we love them so much. And now they've got a whole new selection of items as well. But Woolies also wants to give you the power to control the marinade.
I like that.
So let's talk about chicken, which is something that I love marinating, specifically chicken breast. Notorious for going dry.
Very tricky.
Especially on a braai.
Absolutely.
But you get some people that are like, I don't like chicken with the bone in. It's okay.
I know about 5 of those people in my life.
So when you invite them to a braai, or you know they're going to come, they're probably going to have chicken breast.
They bring it themselves.
Bring it themselves, which is perfectly fine. And again, don't forget, if someone comes to your braai with frozen meat, you block them on WhatsApp, you block them on every social media page, and you never invite them ever.
No, you put it in your freezer for Sunday lunch.
No, you don't. You block them and you never invite them ever again. So chicken breast goes dry very quickly. A great way to overcome that is to bring in marinades. So besides the fact that it's going to keep the meat beautiful and juicy, you also have a chance to add a lot of flavor. So that works with any protein and even some vegetables.
Okay.
So the selection for me is what is so amazing, because variety is the spice of life.
Spice of life.
Let's talk about the different effects that you get from the chicken breast. But first, maybe how to marinate, actually.
I think that's the first place we got to start.
If I buy the chicken breast or the chicken in general on the day that I'm actually going to braai the meat, I buy the zip seal bags, the freezer bags from Woolies. Okay, add the chicken to it, and then add the marinade, and then I don't put it in the fridge.
You told me about this. You leave it outside the fridge.
Yeah, unless it's a day when we're like pushing like in the 30s, sure, then we're going to pop it in the fridge for a little bit. But if you really want the marinade to get into the meat quickly, don't put it in the fridge. It's almost the same principle of how we let our meat rest or how we bring our meat to room temperature before cooking it.
Okay.
The relaxed meat is going to take on that flavor a lot better than the cold meat.
Even chicken.
Especially chicken. So let's go. Let's do a little taste test. So, Woolies have an amazing selection of not just, did I mix up the order? No, not just the marinades, but also the spices. Spices, same thing.
Right, dry versus wet.
Right. Seasoning your meat ahead of time changes the game completely. So make sure that you are seasoning, especially if you have the meat, you know you're going to braai tomorrow, season overnight.
Okay.
Game changer. So, we've got the lemon and herb.
Oh, that's my go-to. I love a lemon and herb.
I love a lemon. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then we're going, I think this is our classic. This is the original barbecue.
Delicious.
This is the smoky. Now, this is an absolute hack. Obviously, it comes with the sweetness, but what I love is that smoky flavor. It's like braai in a bottle.
Wow.
It literally is braai in a bottle. So this is a great way if you also want to fake a braai experience during the week maybe, or you can't braai, this on chicken, air fryer, oven, it gives you that beautiful like braai essence.
You had me at air fryer.
There we go. And then we got the sweet sticky. All day, every day, on everything. It's perfect, okay? Then we got the plum sauce. Again, a beautiful, like,
interesting.
Little bit of combination of sweet, a little bit of salty. It's delicious. I also use this as a base in certain stews, as well as the smoky. If you want to add a little bit of something to your stews, it's like a couple of tablespoons of that, boom, in the end. Then we have got our beautiful, we did lemon and peri. Here we go.
A little bit of spice.
There we go. A little bit of spice. We love it. So what I'm going to ask you to do before we do a little taste test is I like mixing them sometimes, the marinade sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So we've got chicken breast, so we're going to go for a little bit of our smoky. We're going to go with the smoky flavor and a little bit of heat. So we're going to mix the peri-peri with
I like that combination.
There we go.
But now, do you wash your chicken? It's so controversial.
Okay. I'm glad you brought this up because it is controversial because people will... I don't.
You don't?
I do not, and it's for scientific reasons.
Tell me.
If there is any dirt or salmonella, not dirt, any bacteria or salmonella outside the chicken, if you wash it, it's been proven that the spray of salmonella ends up everywhere. And I'm talking about 1.5 meters from around you. You're spreading the salmonella, so it's not necessary at all.
I'm still going to wash my chicken.
No,
though.
for sure. If there's anything harmful, you're going to cook that off when you cook the chicken. Okay, that's one thing. So the other thing is, people are so stuck in the tradition of washing chicken. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. People do things differently, and you know, at the end of the day, that's okay.
I've seen people use like dishwashing liquid.
I've seen people use crazy things to wash their chicken.
Let's stop there. Marinade.
If you're happy.
Okay, I don't want to touch this with raw chicken.
No,
so what's
good
the
idea.
technique here? What am I doing?
So I don't even add salt at this point because there's so much seasoning in the marinade. So we're gonna go peri. And then we're gonna go in with barbecue. Shame I didn't. Now I've got you stuck here with your hands T-Rexing. Okay, there we go. Give it a mix.
Okay.
There we go.
We're getting
and
involved.
I kind of do like using my hands for this part.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. There's something magical that happens as you keep on doing this, as you're marinating it, working the chicken. Some of that marinade starts to disappear.
Yeah.
And that's when you know it's really getting into the meat.
Okay.
And that just happens over time when you're doing it with your hands. And we're gonna wash our hands.
We
You
are.
don't need to get like silly about it. So I love doing that. Lid on to the fridge, half an hour.
Half an hour?
Half an hour makes a huge difference.
Okay.
If you have overnight, game changer.
Okay.
You like, see, did we turn our heat off on our grill pan? We
Yeah,
did.
we're
We did.
smoking
We
out
did.
in here.
So I'm gonna let you go wash your hands and then we're gonna do a taste test.
Thank you.
All right, so very important when the meat comes off the braai.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Here's a test, pop quiz. Meat comes off the braai.
We rested.
We rested, yeah! Top student. You win. You win the original. You win the smoky.
I want the plum.
You win the plum. Okay, you win the plum. All right. So we're resting our meat, and that's very, very important.
Yeah.
So we actually did a test last week, off camera, of resting our meat and carving versus not resting our meat.
Okay.
And the amount of liquid that came out it's quite dramatic.
Wow.
So very, very, very important to do that. So let's go straight onto our tasting. Let's go for. What did you say you like? You like
I like the plum, but I'll eat anything.
Let's go plum.
Okay.
So plum, beautiful combination of sweetness and savoriness.
Carve that chicken.
There we go.
Ooh,
I was
so
going to give Raul the
soft.
morning some chicken, but
But
he's puffy out of luck. No, just joking, Raul. I got you covered. Okay, so
that's fantastic.
it's the truth. Chicken breast doesn't have a lot of flavor, but I think of it in a positive way. It's a flavor canvas, right? It's ready for flavor. So for me, the beautiful plum works so well. If you wanted to make it your own even more, slice some ginger in there, thin slices of ginger, like little matchsticks, little bit of garlic, and a lot of chili. Let that marinate. So that'll get some texture on it and extra flavor and that heat. Because that heat with that sweetness
Perfect
is where it's at.
combination.
Talking about the heat, want to try a little bit of peri-peri?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Let's see my spice tolerance today.
Okay. And this is a good one. So on a level of heat, I'd say out of 10, this is like
I have the best job ever.
4. It's a beautiful hum of heat.
That's delicious. Oh, there's the heat.
It's good, right? So
It's great. It's like a bite.
Marinating your chicken is a great way, number one, like I said, to get the moisture in there, play around with flavors. I love using it with, to get kids used to different type of flavors. And even introduce spice.
Ooh,
it's a good one.
That's nice.
So play around with it. Don't forget, time is your best friend when it comes to marinating. Do things overnight if you want to get the best
It's
results.
waiting for you, Clem. You head over there. Zanele, I got to dial you in, girl. You said you're not that great in the kitchen. How about a braai? Are you a braai master?
I'm definitely a braai master, thank you, my love. You know what? It already comes and it's marinated and stuff. You know what I mean? If I'm the braai master, I don't have to do all the stuff that happens in the kitchen. So I'm definitely good there by braai mastering. But what you guys are doing there with the sauce and everything, I don't even need the marinator. Now I know I can just put braai sauce and just a few of the things that Clem said, and I'm good to go. So essentially, I'm a braai master machine. Thank you. That's me.
Never even heard of that, but it's yours. A braai master machine and a champion all in one. She looks good while she's braaiing. We love to see it, Zanele.
Thank you, my beautiful. And everything looks so delicious. I'm so excited. However, beautiful Expresso family, I can tell you this much. There's still so much on the way right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to be getting into something that I absolutely love. We know that it is International Deaf Awareness Month, and this is why we're going to be learning how to sign for your coffee order. Friend, it's so important to be able to keep learning and just be in the know. So stick around for that. Then we are also having a mid-month money chat. Where did my money go? That is the question. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be answering it in a bit. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back after this.
Win with the Tastemaster Junior and Clover. Watch this week's show and create your most impressive school lunchbox featuring a baked item using your favorite Clover products. Upload it to socials by replying to the competition post using hashtag the Tastemaster Junior and hashtag Clover Made with Love. You could win a KitchenAid Classic Stand Mixer plus a Clover hamper. Don't miss the Tastemaster Junior Tuesday evenings at 7, repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. Only on SABC2, Clover Made with Love.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Yeah, it's time to make your money count, and it's already mid-month, and I think we need to face it. The most of us, I think a budget is something we kind of struggle to keep tabs on.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Zanele, you're in Jersey right now. I know you guys spend a lot of money doing fancy things. Are you struggling or finding yourself struggling at the end of the month too?
Listen, Ral, I don't know how you can ask, are you struggling? Do you see the economy all around the world? Not just in South Africa. It's hard, okay? But I'm getting through, friend. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be self-disciplined. How about you guys?
Yeah. Carissa, how about you?
It's tough out here, and I get it. That mid-month pinch is definitely a reality that all of us face. Because if you look at the cost of petrol and potatoes, please, in this economy, it is really tough. But listen, I think we've got you covered when it comes to that.
And electricity going up 40% in some areas. How do we deal? Now, listen, especially towards, obviously, the month end. Now, if you tend to lose track of your spending, you may find yourself counting your pennies, right? And wondering, where did all my money go?
Where did my moolah go?
Yeah, where is it? Now, Tumi Morake is back with another lesson in budget, and this is in the I Grew It campaign. I think this is an important conversation. We need to pay attention to this and hopefully fill up our money. Let's go.
Is this you? Month end. Maths is not mathing. Because you're trying to figure out what happened to your salary. Meanwhile, you know the answer is staring right back at you. Playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo with your monthly bills. Grocery, cell phone bill, rent. Adulting and budgeting. Same WhatsApp group. Welcome, Kawelihle. At Where Did My Money Go is struggling with adulting, right? Because now here we are, you have to deal with groza, your cell phone bills. At the same time, you're trying to live a nice life because, you know, the streets are always calling. And I read somewhere, okay, to be honest, I didn't read it. I saw it on TikTok. They say that a budget is like the master plan for your income and expenses. Is this true?
That's true. So a budget is actually a master plan. I like to think of it as your personal kind of superhero cape. So it keeps you, you know, from those financial villains that are around. When you think about it, it's about income and expenses, right? So your income can be things that are providing money into your account. So that could be either your salary, your side hustle, or a very generous family member that has given you some money. And then your expenses are those things that kind of take away from your money. So things like you mentioned, your rent, your groceries, transport to get to work. So those things you actually need to manage quite well to ensure that your money goes a long way. So when you think about budgets, you want to make sure that you are categorizing all of these things in the right way so that at the end of the month, you know that you haven't spent more than you've earned, which then avoids you from getting into a debt trap. So when you are in debt, it creates a financial stress for you that you want to then avoid. So having a budget then allows you to have more control over your money versus your money actually just sort of being wild and going all over the place.
Find out how to budget for your goals and rewrite the story of your finances with I Grew It. ABSA, your story matters.
All right, well, this is bringing some worthy conversation into my head, so maybe I can share it with all of you, Mzansi. Maybe we can play a game with this, because with that being said, maybe we can look at this scenario. Pretend that it is the end of the month. We've paid our bills, and we're now down to the last 1,000 Rand. The question is, how will we be spending it? Now, we've got a couple options. Option number one would be buy that one thing you've been eyeing all month. We've got option number two, pay off your credit card. Or number three, save it.
Sure. So I know there's a TV answer and then there's a reality answer, because number one is looking...
Zanele, I hope you're thinking about your answer too, eh?
Listen, I am agreeing with my beautiful Carissa. Number one is looking mighty fine, honey. I think I live at number one. That is where I reside. But just like Carissa said, maybe that's not the right answer. So Carissa, where are you standing exactly?
Oh my gosh. So as an adult now, I'm a little bit experienced in the years. I know that number one can take a pause, because there will always be nice things and there will always be ones that I would want to grab onto. So I think I'm going to go with paying off my credit card.
Let me play devil's advocate, because maybe option one could be the thing that puts you in the mood to allow you to make more money at the end of the month to then pay off your debt. You know what I mean? You want to look good in that dress so you can do the MC gig and get the bag and make the money.
Thank you.
You never know. But you see.
Raleigh, Raul, do you want to, maybe run for Minister of Finance? I'd vote for you. I think you
have
the vision. I'm for it.
For the people.
Thank you very much.
He makes sense.
But I will also say that definitely for me, I think it is also paying off the credit card. I know what it means sometimes to have like a lot of debt, and just being able to just like pay off even just a little bit. It provides a lot of relief. And I was listening to Tumi Morake and the lovely lady who was speaking to us about the debt, how it can cause, a little bit of stress. So rather option two.
Rather.
Well played. Definitely. It's a question of also working your interest rates, I think, and depending on whether saving money is going to actually build up enough interest, or maybe paying off your credit card is going to limit you from losing more money that you have to pay back on that interest. So these are good questions that we must be having. And I hope you've got your answers, but definitely stay away from one, I think.
Yeah, I think for now. So. I think it's fair. It's unanimous. Number one maybe is not the answer. But listen, head to our socials and let us know what you would do right now in the comments. And I can't wait to hear. Maybe you'll be a little bit more of an adult than I am, and maybe Zanele too. And of course, if you want to catch the full episode, and I suggest you do, Tumi Morake is absolutely fabulous. Check out ABSA's YouTube page, and the laughs and also knowledge await you.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Now, speaking about money, maybe you don't even have to have the option of 1, 2, or 3, because if you play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Tuesday, you could just become Mzansi's next big winner. And we definitely want that for you. So the question is, what are you waiting for? Play Powerball for an estimated 5 million and Powerball Plus for an estimated 36 million rand today. And you can buy your tickets today in store, so don't waste any time. I think the stores are officially open, or if you don't want to leave your house, on the nationallottery.co.za website is there for you. They have the mobile app as well as cell phone banking, or you could simply dial star 120 star 7529 hash for all USSD. Now, if I rush through that, don't worry, we got you. All the details are on our Expresso social media pages, so do go and check them out. And Panda Push and Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And I'm just saying, you could just become Mzansi's next multi-millionaire.
Yeah, money in your pocket, you got to play to win and get involved in that one. But reminder, what is this beautiful soul doing over here? It goes by the name of La Sejo, and she is assisting us creating, highlighting and bringing great conversations to the awareness when it comes to those that are deaf and hard of hearing. Now, we've been learning so much. I learned about the word magic.
Look at that.
I love that. I love the fact that we speak about after the break,
Yes,
which was
Wayne.
reminding Mzansi not to go too far. But we've got some coffee orders that we're going to be putting together. What's your favorite coffee?
My favorite coffee is latte.
A latte?
Yes.
How do we order a latte?
So if you want to order a latte,
Yeah.
you ask for latte. You see, it's the L.
Oh,
L for Lesego, L for latte. And you just shake it around, just like, latte. You like tea, hey?
I do, yeah.
So how do you think you'd sign tea? What do you think?
Tea?
Oh, they're so creative. I didn't think of that.
tea
It's
time?
tea. Look, you see, here's your mug.
Yeah.
And then you dip your
The
tea bag. Your tea.
What? All right, well,
Yes.
while we sip on this, we'll see you after this. Don't go anywhere. Getting better.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're on your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on S3. And my lovely, we always love getting to come together and celebrate only the best. And I'm talking about today none other than our South African deaf team. They are absolutely incredible. Our rugby team, that is, forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. And today, we, of course, are celebrating International Deaf Awareness Month. And it is one thing for us to know what we know, but it's another thing for us to make sure that we know everything else that comes with what we as a nation need to be about, which is why we're having these beautiful conversations this morning. But we're so excited to be welcoming to the Expresso Johannesburg studio. It is the South African Rugby Deaf Association. And today it is all about the fact that they, in fact, my friend, won an award at the SA Rugby Awards. And it was, of course, for the best associate member, and also placed fourth at the World Rugby, or rather World Deaf Rugby Sevens Championship. And friends, this is huge. It's not something small at all. And this is why we can be so proud. And we have got our champions here with us. Everyone, let's give them a feel-good welcome, please. Yes, of course. And it is, of course, none other than Captain Marnus Dirksen, as well as players Aiden Peters, Lolly Motlala, and alongside Vice President of SA Deaf Rugby Association and World Deaf Rugby Trustee, Lauren Terrace. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We absolutely appreciate having you guys here with us. And Captain, my captain, I must start with you because I genuinely feel like, you know, this has been such a beautiful thing for you guys to go and do what you did in Argentina. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it was a difficult route to get to Argentina because our flight was delayed. Our flight was cancelled, so we have to stay at the hotel. And when we arrived at Argentina, we had an hour and a half to get to the field and play our first match. So the guys didn't acclimatize, nothing, but they give their best, and we made this huge success of all the trouble we must go through.
100%. It was a huge success. And guys, we are so proud of you. Congratulations. Thank you for yet again showing no DNA. Just RSA.
Yeah.
And we love it. We are always, always behind you. And this is why we love that we get to celebrate you this morning. But I want to come to you, Lauren, because I feel like, you know what? You know, the South African Deaf Rugby Association was established in 2015, right? And you guys have gone through all of these beautiful strides. You're making such amazing work happen all over the country. And congratulations with that. But now I want to know, just talking about, you know, the impact of being named the best associate member at the SA Rugby Awards. You know, what does that recognition mean exactly?
Oh, it was absolutely phenomenal for us. You know, to be recognized by your peers in rugby was just outstanding. It was the first time that they had brought in an Associate Member of the Year award. So to take that away in year one, at the same time that our president announced, you know, deaf is our 12th official language, it just really culminated. And it also showed us as an association that we were on the right path and that we were doing the right things. Our players got the kudos for all the hard work they put in. We got to, you know, really entice the hearing community, the deaf community about SA Deaf. You know, for us, we need to get more people playing the game. Boys, girls, men's, ladies. And with an award like this, it really took us out there to be able to put our name on the stage. And we are completely reliant on sponsors and funding. So we are a registered MPO and NGO. So this award really opened the door to corporate South Africa and also to kind of other brands that get involved in not just rugby, but in inspiring and growing the nation within now this 12th official language. So it could not have gone any better. And for us now, we've just got to hold it for next year. So, yeah.
Come on. I mean, I'm speaking it into being. You're going to win again and again and again, guys. And more than anything else, you're just going to continue to make us proud and yourselves proud. Because just like you say, you know, it's all of these beautiful strides. And of course, you spoke about actually playing deaf rugby. Aiden, I want to come to you. Can you tell us, how does deaf rugby work?
Deaf rugby is like the normal rugby games.
Yes.
So all the rules is the same. All the
Exactly.
communication is the same, but without the voice.
Okay.
Because we don't have the voice on the field, we use our hands. So when there's a communication, we use sign language. And sometimes you can't call the player by the voice, no noise or sound. You have to go around and tap him on the shoulder and say, yeah, focus, focus. And the game plans we have, we're doing everything before we go on the field. So, yeah, basically everything's the same way we play normal rugby.
That's incredible. And Lolly, can I then ask you, you know, especially when it comes to communicating with the ref as well, along with your fellow teammates, you know, how does that work particularly?
So for the ref, you have to use the flash so that you can able to get the attention for the players.
Yes.
Because you can't scream the players, because the player will keep running. If you scream, they will continue running.
Yeah.
So it's much better the ref can use the flag so that you can wave the hand so that they can turn the face and cut the attention. So in the scrum, you just use your hand, crouch, bind, and sit so that they can scrum and then play ball. And then the people, they cannot use the whistle because they can't able to hear.
Yeah.
So they can use the hand to stop them or tap their shoulders. So it's the same.
Sometimes we do like communication with the deaf, with the opponent teams, with the other team we are playing against. We ask them if they can hear. So if they can hear, then we ask them. Whenever the ref is blowing the whistle and we are playing without the hearing, so we just play. Maybe they will be able to stop us. So they will just step on our shoulder and say, yeah, the ref blow, then we, okay, yeah.
Okay.
And just an interesting part on that as well is from a safety perspective, globally, we are not allowed to go on the field with a cochlear or a hearing aid.
Oh, really?
So when you play, that has to come out. When you practice, all the rest. So, you know, in our team, we sit under quite a low decibel.
Yeah.
So communication is quite tough. So some people are sign, some people are lip reading, some people have cochlear and hearing aid. Where teams sometimes we play around the world, there are more hard of hearing, so they have an advantage on the field to communicate.
Yeah.
Where, unfortunately, with our team, you know, our decibels are so low that the hearing aid comes out and the cochlear, and we're all on less equal playing fields, and almost like a bit of charades.
Oh, man. Guys, I'm learning so much today, and I know the Expresso family is as well. Magnus, can you wrap it up for us? There's something you were going to add as well.
Yeah, it is just when we play, for me as captain, when I go to do the toss, to decide which team play which way. Then I just told the ref, listen, or the captain we are playing against. We were now at the Willem Strauss tournament in Limpopo last month. And that was, we played against hearing people.
Yeah.
So it was just, and that was nice. It was, it was lucky, and that's how we must compare ourselves, to play against the people with the advantage, so that we can only be better and better and better the next time we play the Rugby World Cup in 2026.
Amen. And in 2026, where are we going to place, guys? Where are we going for?
No, definitely first. Definitely.
I was thinking the same. I just wanted to hear it from you guys. And I can't wait. And we are all behind you, like I said. And congratulations again, guys. You made us so proud in Argentina. And thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. It is so beautiful what is happening this morning. My friend, I know I learned a whole lot about deaf rugby. I hope you did as well. And remember, 2026, we're going for #1, okay? Nothing else. No DNA, just RSA. And of course, that is why today we were able to celebrate our amazing rugby players. And thank you so much. And more than anything else, remember, it is always about keeping learning. With that being said, we need to continue this morning. My beautiful Cape Town family, what's going on that side?
Hello, beautiful Zanele. Listen, this September, in honor of Deaf Awareness Month, we are so thrilled to have the fantastic team from I Love Coffee Group joining us this morning. Not only will they be brewing up some delicious coffee and breakfast croissants, but they'll also be teaching us how to sign our coffee and breakfast orders. Now, it's a perfect opportunity to learn more about this vibrant group and what they're passionate about. Thank you so much for being here. We've got Sisipo, Leon, as well as Gary, and we got to get straight into it. Lesego, of course, is also here to help us sign and be the barrier in between. And I really love to know from you, Sisipo, a little bit more about deaf culture. I'm part of hearing culture, so tell me more about your side of the world and your perspective on things.
Okay, deaf culture and hearing culture are quite different. Deaf people, they focus on their eyes. They take everything in with their eyes. So everything is about being visual and stimulating the eyes. This means that we need our eyes to see the communication. It's important that lighting is very good. Lights are so important to us. If it's dark, we can't communicate. We are unable to sign to each other.
Well, it's good that we've got all the lights in studio today, so we're able to do this thing.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm so happy.
Because I do want to learn how to sign for my coffee order. Now, I usually go for a flat white. Can you show me how to sign for that?
So you put your hand out like that. Just copy me. Put your hand out, and then the other one on top, and you make a flat. And then you add that. That means white.
Okay.
So it's flat. White. Perfect. Well done, Clarissa.
Thank you so much. Can I please have a flat white? Thank you so much, Sisipo. I love that. Flat white. Now, you know a thing or two as well. Gary, I do want to talk about I Love Coffee Group in particular, right? And thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
So tell me more about this meeting point where deaf culture lives alive and well, and how the hearing community and the deaf community can find that synergy between them.
Well, that's exactly our message. We've been around for 8 years.
Wow.
We started when we learned that deaf people really struggle to find jobs.
Okay.
And when I started, I didn't know anything about sign language. I learned it. And that's the joy of coming to our shop. You see deafness all around you. You see hearing and deaf people working together. We all learned sign language, and we've learned to work together, and that's really the model that we'd like to see in the rest of South Africa.
I think so. We want an inclusive society. I mean, I think for the longest time, the meeting point hasn't been there, and so perhaps the deaf community has felt ostracized. But let's have a place where we can communicate together with really good lights in a way that works for everyone. And great coffee. I can't wait for my flat white. Very excited for that. Maybe I can come to you, Leon, and talk a little bit more about the journey of having and finding a job at I Love Coffee.
Well, I'm deaf, and I can tell you it's not easy for deaf people to find jobs. It's so difficult. Many hearing people look at us and they think that as deaf people, we cannot do anything. They ostracize us and we are alone. We cannot penetrate that hearing world. So it's so difficult to find a job. I must say, when I came to I Love Coffee, that's the first place where I met deaf hearing people wanting to support deaf people, and I felt like I finally belong somewhere.
Yes, and what a home to feel good in. Tell me more about what you do at I Love Coffee. Are you a barista? Do you make the croissants and the breakfast?
I am a chef. I do the breakfasts. I make sure that the clients have delicious food to eat.
Yes, I am here for it. Well, it looks like my coffee order is ready. Thank you, Sisipo. This looks absolutely divine. My flat white. How do I say thank you?
Just put your hand out like that on your chin and out.
Oh, thank
chin
you,
and
Sisipo.
out. Thank you. But please don't be confused with pulling it down, because then that would mean please. Please, you pull away and then you close your palm.
So thank you.
You
and
keep your
please
palm
is here.
open.
Okay, thank you so much.
And also facial expressions are important. You know, you can't just say, oh, thank you. That looks sarcastic. It's like, oh, don't you like me? So you need to show appreciation on your face. Thank you.
The biggest smile. We say thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, well done.
I love it. Leon, what do we have here for breakfast that you're going to make?
I am going to make you a croissant with eggs and salmon.
Delicious. That's my favorite combo.
Are you excited to see, by the way?
I'm so excited. I'm going to say, how do you say yes, please? I know this is please now.
Like
yes,
that, you're nodding your hand like it's your head. Yes.
Thank you. Oh, I love a croissant. So delicious.
So I'm going to teach you the sign for that. Croissant, it's like that. You put it together and pull it out. There you go. You see, it's the shape of it. Yes.
Okay. Croissant and a flat white.
Yes, go. Look at you. Let's do white. Let's
white.
Yes.
Okay, a flat white. I got it.
I'm so happy. By the time I leave here,
no,
we're
fluent.
Yeah,
fluent in sign language. Scrambled eggs. How do you sign for that?
So, there's Sisipo. There we go. So your egg, it's like you're cracking it.
With egg.
There we go. Perfecto.
I love that.
While he's cooking, maybe Sisipo can show us a few of the signs, right?
Yes, please.
And
salmon?
Salmon. So like that, from there and then out.
Okay, so it was the croissant, the scrambled eggs.
And then...
You
can come all
This is my favorite one, I think. I love that.
Oh, look at that already.
Looks fantastic.
Okay.
Oh, we've got so many. What is this?
Those are fried capers.
Listen, I'm not the chef. Let me teach you something, Clarissa. So if a deaf person is not looking at you and you're trying to get their attention, like right now, you want to ask him what that is, you're going to gently go, tap him on the shoulder, and then he's going to turn
towards you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you just tap him, and now you've spoiled it, Gary. You tapped him for us, but thank you. So
and
that's
how do I
you
ask,
get.
what is this?
So, what's this? C-A-S-P-E-R, Casper. It's called Casper.
Capers.
Okay? No S. Sorry. Caper.
Yeah.
C-A-P. There's no S. Okay. C-A-P-E-R. Perfect.
Nice.
You know, there's
Smells
another
delicious.
interesting thing about what just happened. So sometimes words in English or spoken language, they don't have signs yet. And that's when we rely on spelling.
Okay.
So like that caper, there's no sign for it, so he had to spell it for us.
Oh, that's interesting. How does that come about that the vocabulary increases?
Yes, so think about when there was COVID, right? There was no word for COVID before. So what happens is that with deaf community, someone will come up with a sign and they will discuss it within the community. And if they all agree, then the sign then gets adopted.
Becomes established.
So they look at what it looks like. For example, COVID looked like that because it came and ended the world, and it was accepted and it spread throughout.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we are getting educated today. One more time, Gary, if you could just tell us where to find you guys, I Love Coffee Group on the ground.
Absolutely. 103 Garfield Road in Claremont, so we're very near Kenilworth Centre.
Absolutely great. And all that info, of course, will be available across our socials. To find out more about I Love Coffee Group, do visit their website too. It's ilovecoffeegroup.co.za. And we'll be back after this. Remind me again.
Yes.
After the break. Okay, after the break. We'll see you there.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, honey. This is exactly where you deserve to be to get your morning started off perfectly. And we're so glad you choose us, Expresso family. But today, we, of course, are yet again celebrating another queen that is doing the things that need to be done. I am talking about the woman with the voice. But she also has just like this thing of an aura where you can't help but get enough of her. I am talking about a songstress that has let her voice go all across, not just South Africa, not just Africa, but the world. And she's one of the biggest vocalists in the genre of Amapiano and beyond. And today, I'm so excited that we get to celebrate her because it's exactly what she deserves. Everyone, let's welcome to Expresso. It is Mahu. Baby girl.
Hello.
How are you? Mahu, I'm so proud of you. I feel like we all are actually. This is why you're here. Because when the things that need to be done, like I said.
Thank you. I like your voice.
I like yours.
Oh my God.
Nkosi, baby. But Stanwasam, to where you are today, you've worked with the likes of Kabza, Maporisa, and all these huge heavyweights.
Yes.
Now you yourself are a heavyweight, if you know it or not. I hope that you do. Sana, you are. But it started somewhere.
Yes.
And this was with you, not just, performing at family gatherings as a baby, but also at church and everything.
Yes,
Talk to us about that moment. What first got you into music?
You know, when I started, I was very, very young. I was like 11 years old. But like I was just pushing. I didn't know it's one day I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna be doing music right now.
Yeah.
So I started by going to school, and then at the university when I was doing teaching, and then I started like trying music, and that's when. Like Mabala nurse approached me, and then they were telling me what they want to work with. They always wanted like a vocalist, a female vocalist.
Yes.
And then Ilanga Kalakon. And the first artist I'm introduced again was Heavy K. Yes.
Oh,
So,
babe.
yeah. But I'm a girl from KZN show. And then from there, Ngasengia, Elokuzana in Durban. I did my grade 10, started from grade 10 and then up to university.
And look at you now, Thandwa Sam.
I'm pushing.
You are pushing indeed. And of course, you know, with you saying that you didn't even think that you were going to be doing what you're doing now. Thandwa, because at the age of 11, you sent your very first song to a local radio station.
Exactly. And it was me and my sister, and she's my manager right now because, like, I was telling her, it was okay, and then let's blow her up. That's when but it was me and her.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, what was the feedback from the local radio station when you sent the song?
I was very young. They didn't take us serious. Yeah, we were very, very young.
But look, I think that it was meant to be. It's part of the story. It makes it even sweeter. And Goku, you're working with such big names, like I said.
Yeah.
Talk to me about some of these big collaborations that came about. Because like you said, you know, Mamala Noise introduced you to Heavy K.
Yes.
How did you work with Kabza, Maporisa, all these other people?
Maporisa, I met him at the studio. The studios because I went to work.
Yes.
And then we talked after this, I changed my contacts. So he's the one who was introduced with different people. And then I approached him, I started getting my DMs. I was like, bro, let's work. I have this song. And then I showed him my song. He goes, oh, I know this song. I didn't know the vocalist. So Sasebenza. And the song went big. I was so excited because, like, getting a gig internationally was because of the song. Yes.
Yeah. And it's so beautiful to see you just keep going from strength to strength.
Yes.
Because I think it's a beautiful thing when we are able to just let our dreams come true, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But Ngoku's Thandwa, I want to know just in terms of you and where you put yourself.
Yeah.
Because you've done a lot of different genres. How would you describe the music that you typically create now?
It's actually kind of soulful, African, because my voice is like more African and raw, you know. I'm bringing this African sound in my piano, in any genre that I'm getting in. Because my voice is not like that soft voice, but it's lenji.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thandwa, in a power, yes.
And a lot of people doesn't believe it's me, because I feel like they see the different person, but like a voice is very like unique from maybe when I'm in the face, but that's who I am. You know, I'm changing just because my voice is like that. I believe that a woman must be clean, you must take care of herself, you know, as well, you know.
Exactly. I love that. And Thandwa, you have a new song.
Yeah.
It's big. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's doing so well. It's actually hit 200,000 yesterday. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I'm still going to post. I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you to everyone.
So you're sharing the news first with Expresso. Come on. I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And the song is ours. It's actually a love song. And I was so very happy.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I think that's why it's moving as well. The energy, the vibe, the lyrics, you know. Yeah.
Do you know that I've never thought about that, Yazi? As in like mood to steps into the studio and how it affects the music.
It's working, trust me. Even if it's like a beat, the energy that you put on, it's like when you wake up in the morning and wake up with a happy mood, obviously your day will be beautiful because uvugenge mood a positive.
Yeah.
So it's always about that.
That's amazing. Well, babes, I'm excited that we're going to hear about Tukile because we all love it. And thank you so much for being here. And you're not going anywhere just yet because Expresso family, she is going to be performing for us. Yes, the voice and the power. It's going to be making sure that your Expresso morning is indeed as special as it needs to be. And I'm so excited for us to all be enthralled by this beauty's amazing voice, but also just her beauty altogether. You're still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And this is why I got to check on my friends. My beautiful friends in Cape TZ. What's going on?
Cape Teasy, keeping it easy. Yeah, and loving Tuesday. Absolutely,
It's
these
been a
conversations.
day.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And thank you for being with us here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. There's so much still to come your way. I don't know if you know that song, Alice. Who the is
Hey,
Alice?
I thought you were gonna.
No, I'm still trying to keep my job. Okay.
I know that one. Yeah.
But it's a great song, and
What about it?
really great news is that here it is. We might all get fired together this year.
Alice, who the Alice?
Every single childhood memory has that song in it, I'm telling you. Well, the great news is that Lefro Productions just announced that this iconic British supergroup called Smokey will be coming to South Africa from the 18th to the 22nd of September 2024. And it's all part of their 45th anniversary world tour.
This is insane. Now, listen, fans are definitely going to be treated to rock star performances. And check this out. Listen to some of these hits. We're talking about Mexican Girl, Needles and Pins, Don't Play Your Rock and Roll to Me, and I'll Meet You at Midnight, and Have You Ever Seen the Rain? These are classics, even I can remember.
Love
I'm proud of
it.
myself. This is insane.
Well, the great news to you, if you are a Smokey fan, is that we're giving away 10 double tickets to a venue nearest to you, and this is how you can win. It's really simple. All you have to do is simply SMS the following to 37338.
Yeah, now SMS Expresso Smokey, your name, your surname, your email address, and the city or town you're in. And that's to the number 37338. It's really that simple. The SMSs are dirt cheap. It costs R1.50 each, and there's no limit on the number of SMSs. Really, all the winners will be notified by email. The decisions of the organizers is final. And don't forget, the terms and conditions do apply.
Oh my goodness, get yourself in the running to be front row for Smokey. Will be performing in South Africa from the 18th to the 22nd of September this year as part of their 45th anniversary world tour. And there's so many dates you can look forward to. The Mother City, 18th September, they have a date with you at Grand West.
Yeah, Grand West is where it's at. And then on the 20th of September, you want to head over to Moreleta campus in Pretoria. And then the next day, the 21st of September, Madiba's Indoor Center in GQ Becha. And then the 22nd of September, Carnival City on the East Rand. That's Joburg, if you're wondering where. How cool is this?
So cool. I'm so excited.
I wonder if Zanele, because she's pretty young, actually.
A little bit younger.
Do you think she'll know any of these songs? Zanele, do you
Zanele?
know any of these numbers? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think she
I know
does.
you will, Zanele. But what we want to find out now is not just about these songs, though, but more importantly, what's coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show?
Oh, honey, I am so excited for us to wrap up the show in the best way possible because the Queen is in the building. Yes, Mahu is going to be performing her brand new track. You need to stick around for it. And then we also are going to be getting into yet another recipe that we absolutely love. It is chakalaka, cheese, and corn all together stuffed in braai broodjies. My friend, they're on the braai. Can you imagine all of that together with the melting cheese? My mouth is watering, and you got to stick around. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, beautiful Expresso family. You're still right here on S3 on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And you know that the party isn't just here on the screen. I said, no, we also love to be together on the social media streets, which is why we always tell you can reach us on @Expresso Show, #Expresso Show, and all in the name of us celebrating International Deaf Awareness Month. We, in fact, have been hearing such great things from you, and thank you for being part of it. First and foremost, Teresa Micah saying, good morning, my beautiful, beloved Expresso fam. Thumbs up for officially having sign language as part of our 12th South African language. Teaching sign language at schools can help. And this, of course, was to answer our question where we were asking, how can we better, pretty much just help out the deaf community, but also just be in the know of everything that we possibly do need to know. And that is one thing that I think is so important, particularly in this month, for us to have these conversations, which is why Cherry Acre came through and said, good morning, Expresso Morning Show. Team, thank you so much for your time and dedication to our community. Leone M. Basson also came, or rather, forgive me, Leonie, my love. She says, good morning, Expresso team. Thank you for the deaf awareness. And of course, it is what we should all be doing. It shouldn't be something that happens only once a month, just like we talk about with everything else. No, it is something we do 365, 24/7, and should be on our tongues all the time. And thank you so much for coming and being part of the conversation. All in the name of course, International Deaf Awareness Month. Rao, I think it's been such a beautiful morning. What do you say?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I missed that because I was getting so excited in the kitchen right now. And I'm so sorry. I know there's so much happening when it comes to raising awareness for incredible reasons. Today, highlighting those that are deaf and those that are hard of hearing. And again, once again, thank you, Lesego, for being here. And also, we're wondering who this other lady is with sunglasses and a hat. I think that should be the clue that gives it away, right? So before we talk to her, let's talk to you because I want you to forget about plain Braai brokies and try out these chakalaka cheese and corn stuff versions. It's so sure to be a start to next Braai that you're definitely going to want to do it. And here's some tips that you need to make sure that you pay attention to everything that's happening right now. So we've got the chef with the sunglasses and the hat.
The hat and shades chef. In sign language, you are the chef with the sunglasses and the hat. Yes. Yes, that is you.
I love that. The hat and shades.
Heritage Month. I can't wait for what we are braaiing today. It looks like a braai. Can we call it a braai?
It is like some sort of a braai. Yes. So what we're making today is braai broikies. Okay.
Yes,
I had to practice my Afrikaans. Braai broikies.
You say it better than me. I'm supposed to have a little bit of Afrikaans.
Ek sal dit sê. Ek is van Kimberley af. Dis braai broodjies.
Sure, net say Afrikaans.
Say Afrikaans.
Lekker. Okay.
Continue.
Okay, so first thing is first, we're going to mix our dough, right?
Okay.
Okay, so are you going to do that for us?
Yes, let me put his hands to work.
Lovely.
Okay, I got you.
So we've got 2 cups of flour.
Okay.
Right, so we're going to add a cup of yogurt.
All right, cup of yogurt going in there. I'll pop that in. I'll get my hands dirty. You don't worry about that. Okay. Cup of yogurt going in. Got some flour and then?
And then we add a pinch of salt.
Is the yogurt flavored?
No, it doesn't have to be flavored. So it's plain yogurt.
Plain yogurt.
Yeah.
Mix this all up?
Yes, you mix it all together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a bit of oil in there.
Ooh, okay.
All right? Because we don't want our dough to be dry. All right?
Okay.
So we'll mix just a bit of oil in there.
Okay, by a bit you mean a bottle cap of oil. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
I love
That's
the
all you
chefs
need.
just eyeball it.
You know?
They always just know
We already
exactly.
know. We already know. We already know. Okay, so once you mix that, right, you make sure that your pan is on because we're gonna basically grill it today, right?
Okay,
so,
okay.
So you mix it together, right,
Yep.
and then we're gonna turn this into bolikis, right? And then once you mix it, fast
forward into the future.
Here comes this boliki over there.
So we do that,
You're gonna
right?
pretend like does it need any kneading?
It does need any kneading. So you're gonna knead it, right, for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, once you're done, you have your dough, your ready dough.
Got you.
Right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, so we place it on our board. Make sure that your surface has flour so that it doesn't stick. Yeah.
Oh, shucks.
So
I think I just used all of it in the recipe.
It's okay. It's okay. We have a bit on the board, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So once you do that, you just take that, and we're gonna do this. You can also take yours.
Right.
Okay, let me take mine. I'll wash my hands before. There we go.
Okay, so we do that. It sticks a bit, so because we don't have enough flour, but it's okay. Okay, so we do our bolikis, right? And then once you do that, then you're gonna flatten it on a board, right? And then we move on to our chakalaka.
Can
right?
I just add a tip here to Mzansi? Definitely add flour to
Definitely
your
add
hands right
flour.
now, because
Definitely add flour.
Lusego and I are dealing with a sticky situation here. But we're rolling our balls. This is a fun time to get the family involved in this as well.
Everyone can just do their part, okay?
Yeah.
So now we're mixing our filling, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna add our chakalaka in here, right?
Chakalaka,
Guys, I love chakalaka. Let me tell you one thing about chakalaka. You can have it with pap, rice, dumpling,
Exactly.
braai, everything. Like chakalaka is that show of gravy.
You know, and I'm so happy my fingers are sticky right now because this is actually how you sign pap. So you just go pap in sign language, and it just feels so good now because of the stickiness.
Everything works out. So now we mix this together. We can
Yes.
can you start on grating our cheese?
Of
Because
course.
we want
Of
them
course.
to be cheesy. You know, when you bite it, you want it to
That
be,
cheese to
you know?
ooze out.
So let's
And,
try and find
as
our
requested, flour has
Oh, yes,
arrived.
there we go. So we can make, so you know what?
Yay.
How about you help me open here and I'll come back to
Yes.
making
Okay,
the
let's do that.
bolikis
There we
this
go,
side.
that's
Got you.
yours.
I'm gonna grab
Okay.
a
That side. There we
sharp
go.
and knife.
So
if
we
you don't
mix
mind me
this
just coming in
together.
here. Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Let's grab a sharper one if I can.
Yes. Okay. So you
So
said
if you like also, into your chakalaka, you can add like any spices, or if you want, like some people like it a bit sweet, you know, so you can just add anything into it, right?
Okay.
So once you do that, you see how the flour works?
Go.
Very
ja,
important.
Ja, dis leuk. Sien jy nou, hier's 'n bolletjie. Ons gaan braaibroodjies maak vandag. Nou kan ek dit sien. Ja, hier's dit.
So then now you just do that, right? And then you flatten it.
Okay.
There we go. So
Okay.
it's nice and flat like that.
Yes.
Okay, flat, 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 like that, right? And then we're just gonna wait on our cheese, right?
Okay.
Cheese is ready. Just washing my
Gotta
hands,
grate
getting
it up.
the last bits of the stickiness off. But here we go.
Oh, this is so much fun, guys. Like, I barely ever get to cook with dough, so
Yes, so we're
I'm
still gonna
excited.
work on this, all right? While we're making our, how do you make that sign with the
Yeah,
bread?
yeah, the
While
bread.
We're making our,
Oh, pap.
yeah.
Look at it, this
okay.
is
oh,
pap,
pap.
and this is bread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
bread,
there we
okay,
go.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna make our 8 bolikis.
Oh, we need to make 8. So we've got 3 so far,
Yes.
4, 5. How's
Enough
the
for
cheese
everyone?
coming there?
Am I getting my grate on here?
Yes.
Where's this going, by the way?
It's going in
Oh,
here.
in there, straight in
here.
there.
We're
Okay,
all gonna
right.
mix it together
All right, let's get
because
this
we're gonna
on.
take this filling and put it in here.
Nice.
Yes.
Almost
'Cause we
done.
want them to be nice and cheesy.
No one's gonna say no to more cheese. Yes, please.
Almost there, honey.
out.
Almost
1,
there.
2, 3, 4,
4, 5. You see,
6. We've
everyone
got
is gonna
2
be
more to
full
go.
by the time we are done.
Lusego, is this something that you'd be doing often in terms of your spare time? Do you find yourself in the kitchen not making food?
Course.
Oh, yeah? Okay, all right.
All the time. I love being in the kitchen.
Okay, I got you. Loud and clear.
So also, this will depend on how cheesy you want it. Is this enough for you, or do you like more cheese?
I'm here for the people, so more cheese.
More cheese. We love cheese. We
We
obsessed
do?
with cheese.
And is this something that essentially is going to start to melt as well once it goes on the... Yes. Oh, that is going to be delicious.
Yes,
Okay.
it's gonna melt. So then we're gonna start with our filling. Are you ready, my darling?
All right.
Okay, so you just fill it.
Filling that up, all right? We're going to carry on with
Yes.
this and show Mzansi how to finish this off. But I think we've tucked into some of the hardest parts of this recipe right now. You can get it at expressoshow.com. Chef's not going anywhere because we're going to show you just the final steps on how to put this all together. We have just finished our chakalaka. Those are the insides. We've done our braai
Braaibroodjies.
rolletjies for now, which will then be put into the flavor. But you, Mzansi, don't want to go anywhere because... how do we do it again? More magic. We'll see you
The break.
after the break. Yes. See you after this.
Enjoy a thicker and creamier full cream yogurt with real fruit pieces. A fruitful day awaits with Clover Fruits of the Forest.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Just the final moments of your feel-good breakfast show, and I'm telling you, we're giving you more feel-good to take you into your Tuesday morning, because I want you to play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Tuesday, and you could become Zanzi's next big winner. The only question is, what are you waiting for? Play Powerball for an estimated 5 million and Powerball Plus for an estimated 36 million rand today. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, right now. Now you can buy your tickets today in-store on the nationallottery.co.za website, also on the mobile app. Cell phone banking is there for you, or simply kick it old school and dial *120 *7529# for all USSD. Now, we've posted all these details on our Expresso social media pages, so please go and check them out as you're looking at your social media today. And Panda Pusha Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And you could just become a multi-millionaire. So much money could be coming your way. But Lesego girl, I gotta say thank you so much for being here.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Oh, okay, that's how
you gorgeous lady.
Gorgeous queen. Absolutely love to see it. From us in Cape Town to the queens out in Jersey. Let's see what's going down to get out Tuesdays feeling good.
Oh, Zanzi, I hope you are ready for what is about to happen, because sometimes a song is a hit, other times it's just beautiful. Then a lot of the time, you find that magical place where there is a mix of the two. And this woman, she only makes those. I'm talking about Mahu. The song is called Utukela, and it is featuring Harry Kane, Master KG, as well as Imo. Everybody, please, let's make some noise for the queen.
Hello, my name is Mahu, and I'm about to perform Utukela.
But this is the nice thing. It's a double whammy on a Tuesday, baby. And she is about to perform her hit song, Limele. Of course, it's with Deep Sen, King Tuxin, and Mtunzi. Everybody, again, give it up for Mahu!
Hello guys, my name is Mahu again, and now we're about to perform Limele. Asa.
Another feel-good production.
Enjoy a thicker and creamier full cream yogurt with real fruit pieces. A fruitful day awaits with Clover Fruits of the Forest.